All right, so welcome everybody. We are here to play Torg with some pretty big names in Torg. Like, this was sort of a off the cuff, I wanted to do it thing because I wrote this adventure for Cyberpapacy, which will eventually be in the Delphi missions for it. And I wanted to run it. I haven't been able to run it yet. And since we're all sort of self-isolating and all that stuff, I thought, hey, I'd really like to get together with some people and run this. And so I said, hey, Darrell and Greg and Shane and Woof, do you want to play this game? And they said yes, to my surprise. So then Shane came around and complicated the whole thing by saying, hey, you know what? We have a lot of Torg firepower here, so why don't you record it? So that's what we're doing.
And thank you, Tracy, for going above and beyond and actually recording this. Like, that's super impressive.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it makes it to actual, the actual public. So I want to introduce everybody in case everybody doesn't know. I am Tracy Sizemore. I'm like, you probably don't know who I am, and that's perfectly fine. But I have written a couple of Delphi missions for Torg, one of which is already out, The Race for the Scarab from the Nile Empire. This one will be coming out in Cyberpapacy. And I've got another one that I'm very proud of that's coming out with Tharkold. So, and there's more to come even than that. So whether you like me or not, I'm here to stay. We have Boof, who's my wife, Jessica, and she's on the fjords of Norway at this point because she's got Zoom set up to do some cool stuff. And she is our token sort of new player to Torg, so she is not experienced at all.
I don't think I've ever played Torg.
I don't think you have.
I don't think I have.
But we're gonna get you through this. It's gonna be great. And
I'm going to be awkward, and it's going to be glorious.
Oh, no. So Roll20 has a very cool character sheet, and I don't know who did it. I'll try to make sure that if we share this, I will give credit where it's due. But it's a great character sheet. It makes it very simple, especially for people who are new to Torg, like Boof. Then we have Shane Hensley, who actually was the lead designer for Torg Eternity, the new machination of Torg. Is that right, Shane?
Sounds right.
And also, the creator of Savage Worlds, the recent huge, crazy, awesome Kickstarter for Deadlands. I mean, very
And guess who gave me my start?
I would say that was Greg Gordon, right?
That's Greg!
So way over in the end is Greg Gordon, who originated along with Bill...
Wowsec.
Yes. The original Torg, like the mastermind behind Torg back in the old days, the old Torg. And then we have my good friend Darrell Hayhurst, who ended up becoming Torg Eternity's line editor for a while, or line producer, or line leader.
Line developer. And
line developer, sure.
A role now once again held by Greg.
Right. Greg is now the line developer for Torg, and Darrell sort of bungees in every once in a while and sort of gives good advice.
Makes trouble. That's my job. Professional troublemaker.
And I generally play Savage Worlds and love all of Shane's work. So when I ask, can I have an extra die? That would be shameful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
So Savage Worlds has a lot of Torg in its DNA, because Shane was very inspired by Torg and wrote for it for a long time, and they're very close, right? Not completely the same. Torg has its own right. Torg has its own craziness, but it's craziness that we love. It's very cool. So I'm going to start by dealing everybody Destiny cards. So I'm going to do that here, and everybody gets 5 Destiny cards, and I'll tell you why. Because there's a glory event happening before this adventure starts. So somebody else, some other Storm Knight team, has managed to initiate a glory event in the Cyberpapacy. And for that reason, you guys all have 5 Destiny cards. Normally you'd start with 4.
Wow.
And for those of us that don't know what a glory event is?
Well, a glory event is something above and beyond that's happened, like something that's story worthy, something that the Storm Knights have done that has significant impact on the world. Mechanically, it means that they've done something pretty, well, it's not terribly hard, but it's not easy either. You need a 60 on a die roll to get a glory event to happen, and you need to have a glory card out. And basically you're telling stories and possibility energy all around the area of the glory event, sort of crackles and sort of bubbles up and creates good things for the Storm Knights and for the Ords, who are basically everybody else who are not Storm Knights in the area. And in this particular case, it allows you to do some stuff that you would not otherwise be able to do. One of the benefits of having a glory event is that you get an extra destiny card, and that's a big deal. So everybody now has cards in their deck, and Boof, you can open your deck by just clicking on that card. It's right above your name.
Oh, I see it. Oh.
Got the 5 on it to tell you you got 5 cards. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
And you can then, you should be able to look at those cards easily, and then you can drag them out and play them into the action pool, which we will do when we're, actually in combat, right? And everybody here will be able to help you sort of decide what to play and what to do and stuff like that. So all of you have 3 possibilities, which we are keeping track of with the character sheets, and I'll show everybody a little bit. So say, for example, because I'm sharing my screen, I'll show Boof's character sheet. Boof's character sheet has 3 possibilities, and we're also tracking shock and wounds that way and stuff like that. So this is there's some combat in this adventure, but this is also a very sort of narrative adventure. And you guys are Storm Knights, which means you're special in some way. You have possibility energy, meaning that you are able to alter reality in short bursts, right? So if you take a wound, and because you are a reality rated character, a Storm Knight, you can actually say, you know what? I shift reality to pretend that wound did not happen.
When the reality pushes us, we push back.
Yes, exactly. And most people cannot do that. Only Storm Knights can do that. So we're starting you guys are in Naples, Italy. You've been called here by Omar Bednarczyk, who is what you guys know as, he's the leader of the Cassandra, what's the word? Division of the Delphi Council. And he's actually sort of in charge of artifacts like eternity shards and stuff like that. An eternity shard is a special artifact that has its own sort of possibility energy that Storm Knights can utilize and carry around, and most of them have special individual powers that are specific to them. And we are going to go ahead and get started here. So tales of glory are spreading in the Cyberpapacy, especially in the area of Turin. And you have been called to Naples to meet with Omar Bednarczyk, leader of the Cassandra Division, and for a mission. Oftentimes you're part of the Delphi Council, so you are sent on missions by them, and so this is one of those times. Glory is spreading, you know that. And you are to meet with Omar, and you actually, in this room, like a conference room, just in sort of a building in Naples, sort of a safe building there. And you meet Omar, and he shakes everybody's hands. Let's go ahead and introduce just real quick who everybody is. So, Boof, who are you playing, and what's your deal?
I am Juki the Red. I am a dwarf. And in this situation, the dwarves have been almost killed off. I live in a wonderful suit that apparently I can take chinks off and show my hideously scarred body in fabulous ways. But my race has become avengers, I believe, of my fallen comrades. So I'm going to kick some tuchus.
Nice. And Juki is well positioned to do that kind of thing. Juki is one of the harder hitters of the Torg archetypes. Shane?
I'm Gunnar Hayes. I'm an Interpol agent working for the Delphi Council. But some of you may also know me as the Shroud.
Very good. Shroud is from Nile Empire, is that right?
That's correct.
Yep. And Darrell?
I am playing Astray Phantom, the Phantom Star. I'm a rock and roll hacker here to make trouble and cause issues for the church. The Jean
Yes.
has got to go.
And I don't have the full picture, but you've got a cyber deck that basically looks like a keyboard guitar, right?
Right. Well, you know, it can be designed and shaped, you know, to user specifications, and that's how Australia rolls.
Awesome. Fantastic. And Greg?
I am Lieutenant Lightning, eccentric inventor from the Nile Empire. People are cool because they make machines which are cooler than the people who make them.
Awesome. So all of you, and if you don't know Torg, you know, that just means that all these people, so like Juki the Red is from Isle, which is a very sort of fantasy, high fantasy, magic-oriented place. Shroud is from Nile Empire, which is a very Indiana Jones pulp action type of cosm. Astray Phantom is from Cyberpapacy, which we'll sort of get into here as we go. And then Lieutenant Lightning, I think, is also from Nile Empire. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys meet with Omar, and in the room with you is this confident-looking but sort of quiet, older, maybe in her 40s, Italian woman, early 40s maybe. And Omar asks everybody to sit down and begins this briefing. And he says, I want all of you to meet Valentina Benura, codename Ladra. She is one of our operatives, working primarily as a courier just outside the borders of the Cyberpapacy. Ladra is one half of a unique team. The other half of that team is her daughter, Elise, codename Sonda, a talented young problem solver who never leaves the cyberpapal borders. Together, Ladra and Sonda have made invaluable contributions to our knowledge of Malraux, Pope Malraux, the High Lord of the Cyberpapacy, and his dealings, and they have provided support to our Storm Knight teams on dozens of missions. Friends, these are two of the bravest women I've ever met, and you don't know the half of it. I'll hand the briefing over to Ladra to explain further. Ladra? And the woman stands up, and she's looking like she's trying to keep herself together, but you know, she looks like she's capable of that, but there's a weight on her shoulders. And she says, it's an honor to meet you all. 1 year ago, I was with my daughter, Elise, in a hospital in Turin, Italy. She was dying due to an inoperable heart condition. Then the Maelstrom Bridge dropped in Avignon, and the Cyberpope offered technology to heal her. I make no apologies. I did what I had to do. I took my daughter to Avignon and asked the cyber priests for help. They saved her life. I can't deny that, but my daughter and I both quickly came to realize the true nature of the church. Elise made me promise we'd fight the Cyberpope together, no matter the cost, and so we began to secretly work against him. The cyberware replacing my daughter's heart is complex and deeply implanted. It is sanctioned, cannot be hacked, and cannot be removed. Elise convinced me it was safer for both of us to separate myself from her. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it also saved her life, as I made a mistake when I was exposed as an enemy of the church not long after. Elise did the only thing she could do, publicly disavowed me as a heretic, but not before she helped me safely flee the cyberpapacy. Elise remained as a shadow agent, keeping up her appearances as a pious believer who, while secretly working to undermine the church and assist the Delphi Council. She pauses, and you can see a tear sort of coming down her cheek, and she says, "I'm sorry." And she wipes that tear, and she continues. "I'm very proud of my daughter. She refuses to live as a slave, but I'm afraid it's only a matter of time before the church discovers her. When they do, she has nowhere to run. If she tries to leave the cyberpapacy, she'll die. She believes she has nothing to lose and has already forfeited her life in service of the war. But Omar tells me while tales of glory are spreading, and we have an eternity shard called Amenhotep's Scarab, we may be able to get her out. The minute I step into the cyberpapacy, I'll be attacked. So I'm asking you to go instead. Please, if you can, bring my daughter back to me. Please." Omar squeezes Ladra's shoulder and says, "Friends, this is not a mission that helps us win the war. Instead, it's one that helps us all understand why we're fighting it in the first place. Ironically, for it to succeed, you must not only convince Elise to leave the cyberpapacy, which may be more difficult than we imagine, but because of the nature of the Scarab, you must also convince her to have faith that she can." And so he then explains that the glory event that's happening right now enables the eternity shard that you have, and he's got it right here, and I'll show to you guys. Amenhotep Scarab. The main thing that you need to know about it is that during a glory event, a character in range may make a very hard faith test at difficulty 16, and if successful, may remove one permanent injury. And the law of glory is always in effect when Amenhotep Scarab is in range. What they're asking you to do is take this to Sonda. Ask her to try to use it. Convince her that she is able to use it. And her faith will determine whether she can. If she's successful, she will be able to heal her heart so she can safely leave the cyberpapacy. If she's not, she will never be able to leave there. So no one can do it for her. She has to believe it.
Tracy,
Any questions?
For Boof's sake, can you tell everybody what the law of glory is?
Law of glory. I have to look at. Do you remember it, Darrell, offhand?
So basically, the law of glory it's a core Earthism.
Yeah, it's a core Earth law, and I can look it up here. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I've got it. It's all about hope, right? So these glory events, when someone rolls a 60 or higher, you can play a glory card, and there's this huge rush of possibility energy that comes up. The law of glory says, if nobody's got that card, we can fish for it.
Right.
Like if no one's got it, we can go looking for it because the hope is right at the surface. It's ready to go.
Right. So yeah. So and he asks, do you have any questions? We have a way to get you into Turin, which is where Sonda is. We have a rendezvous point. She is not being informed why you're coming. but she
Why
knows
not?
that you are coming.
So do we have the Scarab already?
You do. He gives it to you.
Conveniently procured in Tracy's earlier adventure.
Yes, and yeah, there's actually, you could play this right after Race for the Scarab. Where you get the Scarab and you end up in Naples, Italy, talking to Bednarsik. So you would actually end up, right here.
So
Nice how that worked out.
Yeah, so you say that we have an entry method. What is that method?
We can assign you numbers. The Cyberpapacy works like this. If you just go in there,
I'm a free man.
yeah. If you don't need a number, that's fine. Like if you don't have a history of bad piety in the Cyberpapacy, Astray, do you have a history of bad? What's your piety score?
Negative 123.
Okay, well, you're going to need to spoof. We've got a spoof number for you to give you a better piety score. Okay, everybody else, if you haven't been there, it's going to be okay.
It turns out goosing a nun is worth -3 points.
Only -3, huh?
Only.
Does it matter if the nun liked it?
That's when it's only -3 if you like it.
Right. So yeah, we can spoof numbers if you need, and what that means is everybody is assigned a number in the Cyberpapacy. Whether you want one or not, you're assigned one, and that number is associated with a piety score. If you've never been in there before, they start you out, giving you a low number, assuming that you're going to be fine, but you will. I mean, the Cyberpapacy is very highly surveilled, as most of you know, meaning that everybody who's got cyberware, if somebody's got, replacement eye, that's how they're staring, that's how they're spying on you. There are cameras everywhere. There is monitoring everywhere. You are being watched in the Cyberpapacy. The less excuse they have to watch you, like say Astray going in with a negative 150 piety score, which will just immediately set
only
-123.
-123.
Okay, -123. The less excuse they have to watch you, the better, because you want to blend in on this. Otherwise, you're not even going to get there without being in trouble with the church. Right.
Well, this is why I asked how we were getting in, because I'm somewhat of a showman.
Sure. So right now we've got you coming in on public transit. So we have got you coming in on a train. If you would rather something different.
Can we get first class?
Roll persuasion.
Awesome.
Ladra, where will we find Elise?
I have set up to have you rendezvous with her at a specific crossroad in downtown Turin. So she knows you're coming, but I have not told her why, because I don't want to start that process until you guys get there. Does that make sense? I'm afraid of she might. I don't know what her reaction is going to be.
Speaking of that, Ladra,
yes.
The trust is in short supply in the Cyberpapacy. Do you have a token or something we can give Sonda to prove that we are from you? So.
Yes. So I will give you a locket. That I've got a second half of a locket that she will recognize as mine, and that should engender her trust with you.
That's a brilliant idea. I thought my axe would give us trust. All right.
Yeah, well, your axe, I wouldn't go brandishing that around if I were you. Like, carry it, but you're going to have enough piety to not get in too much trouble as long as you don't, cause trouble. Okay?
How are we getting the dwarf into France, especially seeing how she never comes out of her armor?
Well,
We could buff it to a high shine.
No, hang on.
I think I'm glorious.
I've got this. I just take a spray can.
We're not
put a cross. Put a cross on the front. Now you'll fit right in.
No.
Problem solved.
I mean...
I went high
really
shine,
joking,
you
it's
went graffiti. Yeah, either works, it's fine. Okay.
So anyway, what did you get on your persuasion there, Astrid?
17.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 14. 14.
So I do have a question for the noobs out there.
Yes.
Savage Worlds 4 is a success. What's the goal success in?
Well, generally, you're looking for a 10, unless I tell you otherwise. 10 is always the default number. There are some that'll be harder and some that'll be easier, right? But 10 is your default. And you're always looking for that in the results section of your roll, not anywhere else. So don't look at value, don't look at roll.
Whoever made this character sheet, I adore you. I think you're fabulous, and thank you for not having to make me think. Anyway.
I'll go ahead and spend my willpower card to kick that up to 17 because it's worth it for the free drinks.
Okay, yes, so absolutely. So you get
For first
a
class?
14 would have been just a regular success. So here, how that works is the target was 10, and every 5 over, the first 5 over is a good success, and the next 5 over is an outstanding success. That's usually where it stops, right? And in this case, Darrell has got a result of 14, but he's playing his willpower card, which I will zoom in on, because I'm trying to show everybody what's going on here, which adds +3 to any kind of charisma, mind, or spirit related skill roll. And since he is rolling persuasion, he gets +3 to that 14, which gives him a 17, which gives him a good success, which will absolutely get you bumped up into first class. Not only you, but everybody else too.
This also teaches me that these cards are completely frivolous and I can do whatever I want with them.
Yeah, so that's the wrong lesson to take. I should be using that card to soak like bullet damage and things like that. But no, I want first class.
I want first class. First class. Like the hidden one that nobody talks about.
It's for whatever your character prioritizes, and we now know how Astrid rolls.
Exactly. Now we know a little bit more about Astrid.
Yeah.
So I'm going to delete that card, and you can play cards in a non-combat scene anytime you want. So if you've got a card that's related or that you want to play, you can play it. Also, I didn't give you Cosm cards, so I'm going to deal 1 to each player.
So like someone could have played a supporter and we could have gotten outstanding.
Indeed.
Notice nobody else gave 2.
I don't think there's anything above first class, Darrell.
But we'd find out what.
You can't be the train conductor.
But you do end up getting first class, and partly what makes that happen is that you know that Sonda actually pulled some strings to do that. Sonda herself made that happen. As part of, like let me check with her, and then he comes back and he says, yeah, Sonda took care of it. So, but he was reluctant to ask, that's what the persuasion was. He was like, man, first,
yeah,
all right, I'll ask, The
Phantom Star travels in style.
So any other questions before you guys take off?
I'm looking at my card here that I was just dealt, and it says play immediately when drawn.
Okay, what does it say?
The first player character who rolls a mishap while casting a spell summons a minor demon. See Torg Eternity. All Storm Knights gain 2 possibilities after the demon is defeated. If there are no spellcasters in the group, discard and draw a new Cosm card.
We have no
heretical magic.
You have no spellcasters, so pull that card out. You are not.
Okay, good.
Because your dragon armor is dragon armor. It's magic.
All right, there it is.
So drag that out, and I'll just show everybody it real quick here.
Axe and a flamethrower. Magic not required.
Exactly. And then I'll get rid of it and I'll draw you a new card.
Glad I looked.
1, 2, boof.
Look at magic.
So you guys are shuttled into a pretty fancy high... Oh, sorry, Shane?
Yeah, I want it to. Can I get in with my Interpol credentials?
Like separately, like not this way?
Right. I don't really want to spoof. I actually want to be legitimate and just have somebody at the bureau pull some strings or send me there to pick up some papers or something kind of mundane. I'm not really hunting anyone or anything like that.
So yeah, absolutely. So
bureaucratic.
Right. Roll.
So we're splitting the party immediately.
No, I'm still with everybody. I just have different papers.
Sure. Let me see here.
Maybe streetwise?
Yeah, streetwise. That sounds good.
All right.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, no problem.
Okay.
You're actually able to get in with your paperwork as you legitimately you're on business for something in Turin that you should be there for. Totally.
Yeah, I'm bringing some papers over for some enemy we caught over in Cairo because since we don't have computers in 1930s equivalent Cairo,
right?
This is how we do it. I'm a courier.
And people are looking at papers. How quaint!
That's adorable.
We don't even have faxes, man.
Yeah. So, by contrast, as you sort of cross the borders into the cyberpapacy, the train itself is pretty high tech as it is, and but as you sort of cross those borders, things just become, it's a very electronic city kind of thing, right? So there's really fancy buildings that look that way anyway. Astray will tell you that a lot of those fancy buildings are actually holograms.
It looks great from the outside, but inside is rotten to the core.
Wuhan does the same thing, but with illusions.
Right. In this case, it's high-tech holograms, and sometimes these holograms actually have solid properties too. But it's basically an electric city. I mean, you're seeing as you enter Turin, you're seeing these very large skyscrapers. Every city in the cyberpapacy has at least one big one in it. Avignon has the biggest one. That's where the Pope Malraux is probably based, right? And that's where the Maelstrom Bridge for the cyberpapacy is, which, by the way, came in on a hail of, heavenly choirs. Right?
That must have been fabulous to see.
Salvation for all, they were offering
them.
Yes, and so they, like Sonda, who had a heart condition, they offered, cures for people who had no legs and people who had ailments and stuff. I mean, their technology is so high that they were able to do that. And because of certain COSM laws, like the law of sanction, it allows for cyberware to be implanted in people without losing any of your humanity. A lot of times you'd say cybernetics, if you get too much, you start to become less human. In the cyberpapacy, cyberware doesn't do that to you, just because that's the way the cyberpapacy works.
The one nice thing about being home is my arm no longer itches when I'm here.
Right?
I got the metallic, whatever. It's
Nice. So you guys are in this train, you're going along, and you actually get off at Turin. I would presume you're going to go, rendezvous with Sonda right away, or is there anything crazy you'd want to do before that?
There's a lot crazy I want to do, but I'm going to rein in those instincts, and I'm going to stay on mission and subtle.
Fair enough. So
with me not flaunting this awesomeness.
We'll just throw a habit over you.
Probably best.
Or penguin nun or something.
So you're trying to sort of lay low, Juki?
Yeah. I am doing
as much as you
very
can.
Awkward. I am trying to be as small as I can make myself and as discreet as.
Well, you
well.
definitely get some looks, and that's part of the cyberpapacy too. You guys stick out.
Well, and how many of me have they seen? There's not many
That's
dwarves
right.
left.
Not only do you stick out, you get a lot of suspicious looks. Like people are just looking at you. They come out of their like the steps of their houses, and they look at you, and they go back in a little bit worried. They get this look of suspicion. It's just all over the place. Especially with you guys.
What I might want to what I might try and do to ease things a little bit, since I kind of know how people roll here. I want to start like a rolling rumor that's where that whole what are you staring at? Have you never seen like a church Templar before?
Oh.
They're really unusual from Avignon. Don't catch her eye,
Ostre, if the people here can disguise an entire building, surely there's some device that would help us disguise a tiny dwarf.
Well, yeah, yes.
Can we just stick with dwarf? Do we have to add tiny? I mean, really?
But
unnecessary.
Sometimes low-tech solutions are the best. That's why I just wanted to throw a drape on her and call it a habit. But often
let's do one or the other.
Yeah, but fear is an even better disguise.
Okay.
We need to do one or the other before we meet with
yeah.
And my briefing sheet said that they fear two things: heresy and demons. We might be able to pass Juki off as a demon slayer because they don't really know what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And and there's supposed to be demons everywhere, so we just say, hey,
Obviously.
if you're questioning what a demon slayer is doing, we'd like to know why.
Awesome.
Yep, exactly.
So
I would like my rumors to be on the good side, since trust is already going to be so difficult for me to build. So let's go good side of good. Yes.
Right. So
it sounds like Ostre, you're leading this charge and getting a little help with everybody. So go ahead and make a persuasion, I think, or streetwise. It's up to you. You can do either one with a +1 because of your help.
Okay. Well, and if people want to help, they could take the raw +1.
That's true.
They could roll for it. Oh,
they could roll for it, yes.
He potentially
Raw
disastrously
+1.
owes me, but
So in this game, if you want to help, you can automatically offer bonuses to the person who's primary based on the Torg value chart, or you can actually roll and risk not helping at all, but actually, have the potential reward of helping more. But in this case, with the number of people that you've got right now, you get a +1 to that roll without having to roll it all, having to do anything at all.
all right. So I'm taking my +1, putting it in. Boop, I got a 12.
Okay, 12 is...
I'll keep that because that's way less important than first class.
Indeed. But 12 is enough to at least get people not like there's people out there who are like, I really who is this? Like, I think I should report this. You get that feeling, that sort of suspicious, like, this is the cyberpapacy thing, like, who is that? But you're actually able to convince them enough.
Yeah, we're getting out in front of it, like, oh
yes.
yeah, well, what have you got to hide? I see.
So are you just doing this as we walk through the streets of Turin?
A little bit, yeah. Like I'm not like walking with you guys. I'm kind of like going.
Oh, right. So sort of spreading the people.
Kind of like aside and doing the like, oh wow, it's a demon hunter from Avignon. Don't catch your eye.
Awesome.
So that's cool, but it's still going to scare Elise off, right? Unless we turn that into lemonade.
Well, she knows you're coming, and you have the locket, right? So that helps.
Yes, but where are we meeting her?
At a certain crossroads, so
Oh, but it's in public, right?
It's in public. Yep.
So, given how suspicious everybody is, I would feel a lot more comfortable if we put a habit on her or something.
Okay.
Or some other techno device that makes me look.
Yeah.
Well, again, like we could try and procure thousands of dollars worth of illusions, or throw some cloth on.
Or
you.
throw some cloth on you, right?
I'm all for the cloth, and while I don't speak French, and I have no idea what people have been saying all up and down the street as we walked past them, the reactions on their faces look pretty suspicious.
They do.
I don't actually speak French either. I just speak with this outrageous accent.
And somehow it works.
But Astra, you're from there. You actually, you're able to do something. And with if you're going to cover her up, like there's, that that actually allays like the initial reaction.
Yeah.
It's more like what, rather than oh my God, And then I assume you go and meet Sonda.
No, I have one last thing to do, actually.
Okay, sorry.
I'm going to pull Lieutenant Lightning with me if she'll go and get 3 gelatos. One for me, one for Lieutenant Lightning. And we'll walk up. We'll try to get there before, if that's okay with you, Darrell and Booth.
Oh, yeah.
Or you two.
We're the troublemakers. You guys go smooth things out, and we'll get there.
Right.
I didn't
It's
want
going to
gelato.
be a very simple and unassuming flavor that we get for her. Something like orange sherbet or something.
Okay.
I didn't want gelato.
Yeah, and there's definitely like they have several flavors, and there's like
It's the
certain flavors that
There's
don't.
only one flavor.
Right. Well, it's a limited selection, right? It's the church sanctioned flavors, right? There's certainly not the variety that you would get outside of the borders of the cyber.
We will get an officially church-sanctioned flavor.
Right?
Excellent.
You
There's
get
no
wafer,
goat cheese, pear, and honeycomb. That is not allowed.
pretty much, like wafer is one flavor, and probably wine is the other.
Yeah, I'll be standing next to the shroud, and I'll look at the menu and go, I would like the original sinful Sunday. Thank you.
-5 piety. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. That was a test.
I'll have the pious peach.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, because you've got, and part of that numbers thing is they actually sort of like injected a little thing subdermally into you, because that's the way the cyberpapacy rolls. You got to go with it, and there's no way for you to easily check your number except for maybe Astra has a way, but yeah. So there's that, and then you guys go up and you go to the rendezvous spot, and you see this girl. Which I'm going to show because I don't have good art for her, so I just sort of made my own. And she is looking at she's messing with a little wristband tech device that she's got on her wrist, and she obviously looks like she's waiting there.
You want to take the lead, Lieutenant Lightning, or me?
I have one interpersonal skill. It's probably not applicable here.
And it's lightning.
I'm also I can, but it'll be a slightly awkward conversation.
Well, I think it's going to be awkward regardless. But
That's right.
All right.
I'll walk up.
So, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
And she looks at you, and she plays it cool. She doesn't have a reaction. She's sort of waiting for you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to walk right up to her with Lieutenant Lightning by my side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hand her her pious peach gelato.
So,
Good afternoon, Elise.
do I know you?
Bonjour, I believe they say here.
Oh, well, not exactly, but hi. Who are you?
My name is Gunnar Hayes. I've been sent by a mutual friend, and I'm going to just kind of look around and make sure nobody's listening.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
my mutual friend would be your mother.
Well, I'll speak a little more loudly in case they're overhearers and say, I was wondering if there's some place in Turin where you might get this repaired, and I'll pull out the locket, the half locket.
Mm-hmm.
It's of sentimental value, but I know of no place where we could make this whole, and it's important.
Awesome. So,
well done.
Yeah, well done. So she, in fact, go ahead and take a possibility for that. So on your character sheet, add one for yourself. She sort of, she looks at it, and recognition immediately. She looks at you, sort of evaluates both of you, grabs the locket, holds it like this, and then sort of pockets it. And she's like, great. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so is this everybody? So is it just the two of you right now?
There are others nearby.
Okay, where are they?
I'm not going to look at them, but I bet she can pick them out of the crowd.
Okay, hold on just a second.
We don't like to make a habit out of revealing our operative.
So a little bit more description of her, right? So she looks like she's pretty young, like maybe 17 years old-ish. She's got brown hair, and it's half shaved on one side. And it's flowing down her shoulder on the other side. She's obviously a little bit of a rebel, right? And she has a tattoo that's just peeking out of her little t-shirt on her shoulder. So it's just underneath, and you're not able to tell exactly what it is from there. And then she's wearing a simple t-shirt. She's got a cross on the front of the t-shirt, sensible pants with pockets, and she has a messenger bag over her shoulder. And she's got her little wrist device. And she is taking a quick check of her piety score. Go ahead, everybody who's there can make a find roll. And if all of you are there, that's great.
Have we walked up, Darrell?
That's Tracy, your call. If we're
you can have walked up.
Sure, we're kind of moseying into the area.
Oh, look at there.
I'm still looking at the locket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm apparently distracted by something.
Wow. Disconnect if 4K.
No, Austria did well. So
I'm sorry, I was looking.
Shroud really kicked it though. So Shroud, she's checking her piety score, and what you see, it just sort of she pops it down. I'm like, it's not so that she's intentionally hiding it. Not at all. You just happen to catch it. And her score is 450.
Oh,
whoa.
Which is a very high piety score. In fact, Austria, that's 50 short of becoming blessed.
Well, so some of that we know she probably got for turning in her mom as a heretic, so maybe it's not all legitimate. That's a little nerve-inducing, just that, usually if you got a high score, that means you've drunk some Kool-Aid.
Right?
I'm going to dive right in. Wow, that's a really high score you have.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so we can talk more later, and because she's like, eyes are everywhere. We'll talk more later, but first I need your help with something, okay?
Ice cream.
What?
Ice cream.
Oh yeah, this is delicious, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for getting us some.
Yeah. Never had gelato.
So she's like, okay, so follow me. I need your help with something. And so she starts to just take off down the street.
Okay, so how about me and Lieutenant Lightning go with her, and then you two follow behind,
Sure.
20 feet or so.
Taking up the rear, I get it, yes.
Yeah, so we don't look quite like such a gaggle.
Right? And she's like, and she's walking along sort of like, briskly, and just gives you that sort of like eyes are everywhere, just hold on, we'll talk later. And she tells you she's on the way to the piety board. This is huge public digital bulletin board, and you actually see it as you approach. Shane, you still there?
Forget you. Oh.
I'm here.
Okay. And you see it as you approach. It's this big digital bulletin board that's like downtown Turin, and as you get closer to it, you can see it lists sort of this real-time various little tasks that people can do to earn piety. Like they have, okay, so you can take food to a local shelter. You'll get 3 piety for that. You read a holy story to 2 sinners who recently contradicted a priest after his sermon. You can get 5 piety for that. You can, and she's looking at this, and it looks like she's sort of, checking everything here.
I'm going to eat my ice cream and say, that doesn't seem so bad.
Right? And as you look at it more, mending a neighbor's fence will give you a little piety.
Wait till you get to throw the first stone.
Right? And then you see, and then she sees, and you can tell that she's, you guys all sort of see this, participate in a public stoning of a confirmed heretic. And she's like, ooh.
There we go.
So she's grimacing at that one, and then she seems to be like impatient. It's like, come on. And as you're looking at this and taking all this in, all of a sudden the board sort of flashes in a red sort of warning, a voice comes over an intercom, that you, or a public address system that you can't see everywhere. And it says, all citizens return to your homes immediately. A demon is in the area. And Sonda, with that, she's like, ooh, oh, all right. She's like, and she, she gives a thumbs up, and she's like, do you know how many points killing a demon is worth? Come on. Nobody likes demons. And so she's looking around, and it's not hard to see where this demon is, right? A few buildings down, there's a ruckus over there, and you hear this, this roar, and she just starts booking it. And
I go running after her, flinging the habit, grabbing my axe.
I am following everyone, but I'm like, oh no, this is going not a good place. We're in trouble.
I'll try to just not shout, but try to keep within distance of Juki and just. So, have you actually ever fought a demon?
This is gonna be fun. Come on, let's go.
And I start trailing her by a slightly greater margin.
Okay, excellent. Shroud, are you doing anything special?
So since I'm here on my Interpol pass, did they let me keep my gun?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm going to duck into a dark alley.
Okay, ducking into a dark alley. So a couple buildings down, there's ruckus going on inside. There's a roar that happens, and Elise is just booking it for there. And we're going to switch the map over. And we're going to do some combat. Probably. I mean, unless you guys do something crazy.
I take her out. Let's get out of here.
End scene.
Oh, I didn't delete my cards that I had here. Apologize for that. So we have our little play mat here. So when you play your Cosm or your Destiny cards, and you'll be able to play a Destiny card at the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, you can play a card, and you play it into your pool. And what I'll do is I'll set up tokens here. So I'll put the Shroud here, and I'll put Lieutenant Lightning down here, and Astray down here, and then Juki, so that we know whose pool is what, right? And when you play a card, you just stick it into the area of your pool. And what that means is that it's out there. And if we were playing on a real table, the cards would be out on the table face up. They're accessible to everybody to look at and see, and they're tradable. So you can trade cards whenever you want, as long as they're out in the action pool, right? So you can't trade them in your hand, especially in a combat situation. You have to do it in the action pool, and it has to be a trade. So if you don't have any cards, then you can't actually take a card from somebody else. Those cards then can be played from the action pool. So you can't actually play cards from your hand. They have to be in your action pool first. Make sense? And that's really only for Boof, because she's the one who probably doesn't get that. There is a demon in there, and I'm going to show this to you. That's the demon, and, you know, that's sort of Sonda, right? But once you get there, he is obviously inside a bookshop.
All those poor books.
Great God, demons can read.
It's just
there's destruction following. There's a scream inside of a man that you hear, and Sonda doesn't wait. She just goes right in.
I'm pretty sure that demon's going to earn some piety points if he starts a fire in there.
So back to the cards real quick. I do have this leadership card placed.
So right now you can't use your cards for anything, but after you act, you'll be able to put that in your pool and then activate it.
Right.
And then you can activate it for whatever effect it says.
But did you have a question about the card itself?
So I would put this in the action card, or in the action section, and then play to place 2 cards into other characters' card pools directly from your hand or pool. So if I play that, then I could put 2 cards into other people's.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yes.
On it.
Well,
Okay.
it's very powerful.
So Shroud is in an alley. Sonda sort of goes, she's moving inside, but as she moves inside, the demon breaks through the wall and comes outside of the bookshop, and you guys are now on the street with this demon, right?
Oh boy.
So the way initiative works in Torg, for Boof's benefit and for all the benefit of people who have not played Torg, is we use cards, and we have a special deck for this. And I'm going to make sure I shuffle it because I just used one. And I'm going to deal it out there. This would normally be a standard scene, but it's a dramatic scene now because it's a demon, and demons automatically make the scene dramatic.
Excellent.
And that matters, and I'm going to show you the card, because it depends on what scene it is, on what line you use on the card. So this card actually does quite a bit of stuff, but on the standard line is what a standard scene would be. We're in a dramatic scene, so that means that the villains get to go first, because the V is the first thing listed there. The villains have inspiration, which...
They recover shock if they've taken
Yeah, they recover shock if they've taken any, which luckily they haven't, so inspiration doesn't do anything. And then the heroes go second, which is indicated by the H in the next line. So those status conditions, there's a number of those. Some of them are bad, some of them are very good. It just depends, right? Other stuff on the card, like the most important thing is the taunt on the bottom there. The taunt means that it's an approved action. So if you want to taunt somebody, say a demon, for example, and you were successful at it, you would earn yourself another destiny card in your hand, not in your action pool. And that's the only way you can get a destiny card, if you do that approved action and succeed at it. So there's that. And then we have a little tactical section. And the only reason I have that is to see who's in melee with the demon and who's not in melee with the demon, because it kind of matters, right? So we'll have, right now, nobody is, but I suspect Juki will be soon.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh, I have 2 Astries. I didn't mean that. I need...
I'll need them both. One will die.
So you guys can control these tokens, and this is really not indicative of spacing or layout or map or anything. It's really just more to sort of give us a general idea of what the situation is on the battlefield. Demon has pulled itself out of, or broken itself out of that bookshop. And it's even broken the veneer of that hologram too. So you can see that it was kind of run down underneath there. Sonda is there as well. And we're going to start going on initiatives. Shane, Shroud, you can be hidden from view at this point since you were going into an alley if you wish. And that may have effect. And then villains go first, and they have inspiration, which doesn't matter in this particular case. The demon, because Sonda is going straight after him, he is going to go after Sonda, which may not go well for her.
So I don't get to interrupt with taunt?
Unfortunately not, because the villains get to go first. Right? So I'm going to open up the demon and stick him over here so that everybody can see. And let's see. He's going to go for lightning against Sonda. Uh-oh.
And she's dead. Good adventure.
Okay. So let's see. So that means a good success.
Yep.
And so what I'm doing is I'm rolling for damage, and when you do that, you'll just roll the, you'll have a damage number underneath your weapon, and you can click that. Whoops, I forgot to do my bonus die.
You can click it right there.
Last effect was 16, yeah. Oh, good. Oh. Okay. So she does go down. Kablam. So yeah, she was overly exuberant, right? And so there's that. That's the demon's turn. And it is now Hero's turn.
Whee!
So
Am I the only one with the healing potion?
you are the only one with a healing potion.
Yes, I believe you are.
So I can taunt it and set it up for you guys if you would like.
Well, I will. So how do we initiate? How's initiative?
So
Oh, it's just that card, and then we just decide.
Order with the we want.
Shall I heal?
Yes, I think that's probably a good
All
idea.
right. Do I click healing potion or?
No, you just do it.
Okay, I'm doing it.
So you rush up to her. You can move her icon. You're running up to Sonda.
Yeah, you can do that yourself. You can move your Juki.
Ooh, fun.
Dousing her with healing juices.
So what does your healing potion say?
My healing potion is magic 13.
Yes, but
It
is there
restores a wound and one bonus die of shock.
Okay.
Where are you seeing that?
It may not be. Maybe I didn't put it on there.
Alrighty then.
Hold on. Healing potion. Yeah. So heals one wound, one bonus die of shock. And if you click the check mark next to it, it'll open it up and tell you what it does.
Thank you.
Okay. So that is, that revives her.
Good, so she can hear us berating her for
exactly.
Right.
All right, so you can play a card into your action pool.
Just one.
Just one.
Correct.
Shall I use that one?
Oh yeah.
And give everybody else
yes, please.
more?
Yeah, that's outstanding. You can play it right now too if you want to.
So I don't have myself up here. So if I just there it is. Okay. So
I
have
to show everybody that.
Sure.
Place 2 cards into other characters' card pools directly from your hand or pool. Immediately refill your hand, which is crazy good.
Super good.
So I have a Maelstrom. I have 2 drama cards and a hero card. I'm assuming we don't care about the Cosm cards right now.
Correct. So what I would do, give your hero to one person, your drama to another person, and then you get to refill your hand.
All right. Do we care who?
Am I correct that really our two heavy hitters are Boof and Shane?
Not me.
I wouldn't say Shane.
I was going to say give those cards to Shane and Greg, because I'm...
Yeah, I think Greg is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm comedy relief.
You're always comedy ready.
15 damage is not nothing. Okay, so you're playing leadership, so I'll get rid of that, and you're going to put what hero?
Hero card in with Greg, Lieutenant Lightning, and then drama in with the Shroud. For sure.
Okay, so I'll just move that up there, and then I'll show everybody the hero card, which is allows you to play it as a possibility. When you play possibilities, you can only play one, but with a hero card, you can actually effectively play another one if you want.
Look, I'm even on the art.
Yeah.
Look at you. And then drama card, same thing, except it's a drama card, which means actually it's not the same as a hero card, which means if you have both, you can actually play 3 possibilities.
And you also, Boof, get to draw 3 more cards because you said refill your hand.
So what
I'll deal it for you. So
okay, because I can see draw. That's nice.
And that should do it for Boof. Now you have 3 more cards. Okay, so who is next?
I'll go ahead and go next because I'm going to set it up for other people. So, you know, I'm gonna like step forward to taunt this demon and go, "Oh, look at you, big fancy demon hitting a stupid, foolish, idiotic little girl." I guess you must be a big man down in hell. Well, you can suck this metal thing in my pants. My belt buckle.
Awesome. Roll it and take yourself a possibility.
Ooh, awesome.
Metal thing in your pants? What's going on?
It's my belt buckle.
Oh.
I got a big arrow on my shirt that points to it for exactly these kinds of situations. I got a 10, but since I'm going to call it easy come, easy go.
Right.
Spend that possibility that I just got to add. Oh, well, sorry, I got to put in my last roll was 11. Whoop.
Nice.
All right, I've got an 18 against this thing.
And it's against its spirit?
Taunt. Against its taunt.
Oh, against his taunt. Right. So, yep. Okay, so 18 against his taunt is a good success.
Ha-ha!
So what would you like to do? So the options Boof are, he can make it very stymied, which means it's very hard for it to do anything. You can make it stymied and vulnerable, which means it's hard for it to do anything and it's easier for people to do stuff against it, or very vulnerable. Making it very easy for other people to do stuff against it.
I think I'm going to split the difference.
Okay.
So 1 and 1.
So...
A little stymied, a little vulnerable, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, you like that? You like that?
Awesome.
Got a million of them.
And then who, you can play into your action pool, and who's last?
Greg and I both need to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shroud and Greg and like.
So how about I go, Greg, since you're the heavy hitter?
All right.
Okay. So the Shroud, or Gunnar Hayes, disappeared into the alley.
Yes.
And became the Shroud, where I'm going to run up a fire escape, appear on the building, on the rooftop next to it.
Nice.
And I'll appear on the edge of the building, and I'll look down at Elise as I fire my Mauser at the demon and say, "You dropped your ice cream, miss." Bam, 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 bam.
Okay. Go ahead and take a possibility and roll it.
Excellent. So I am actually doing the...
Oh, and I'm going to give you a +2 to this because you're coming out of the shadows, right? You've got surprise on him.
And another +2 because he is vulnerable.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm doing a short burst. So it's actually
+6.
2 more than whatever roll. Oh, that's a possibility. Then. Okay, so those are.
So it's 2 more, right? So right now it's 15.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. I actually have a +6 for my bonus.
Yeah. So right now it's 15, and when if you possibility it, you can put the modifier in as the correct modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did it come up with last roll after I did the first one?
So last roll, because it needs to know what the original die roll is to add another die roll to it, and that's the only way it knows.
So you need to put in the 9 of your last roll.
Ah.
Because it doesn't know. There's ways to make it know. But, so it's minimum 10, but it already does that for you.
Wow.
That's the beauty of it.
22 is
go ahead and spin my drama card because easy come, easy go.
Wow. Okay. Well,
You're already at 22. I mean, I'm just saying.
You're
You're 22. So yeah, you can't do any more. You have an outstanding hit already.
Yeah, it's Dodger's 12.
Oh, that's right.
So take that possibility back.
Okay.
So yeah, you have an outstanding hit. So damage plus 2 dice, and so you to roll your damage, you hit that number under your weapon or power, and it'll ask you how many bonus dice you've got.
Well, there's my Mauser.
If it says damage 13, click on the 13.
I'm not seeing where to roll the bonus dice.
Yeah, if you do.
It'll be a prompt when you hit the thing.
Yeah, it'll be a prompt. So you'll click on the 13, and it'll ask you how many bonus dice you've got.
Ah. Bonus dice. There we go.
Ooh, DOS.
Hey.
Ooh.
Okay. So 22 damage, which is pretty good. Pretty good. 22 is a good success, which means
Gonna do a wound.
it's going to do a wound.
Pretty good for a pistol.
It is pretty good for a pistol, and it's going to try to soak that wound, so it'll.
Ooh.
I know.
If I don't get to swing my axe, I'm going to be angry.
Oh no, you're going to get to swing your axe. Don't worry.
It's Sonda.
Well, that's fair. So it is stymied, so it's got a -2 to this roll.
Yeah.
And it rolled shitty.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah.
You
So
take
that's
your wounds and you like it.
So for the noob in the room, what is disconnect if one case? What is that?
Right. Well, in this case, it doesn't disconnect because it's not doing anything outside of its axioms at this
So
point.
that's the rules of the world,
It's reality
right?
stuff.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
All right, cool.
So if it rolls a 1, and there's 2 different cases for disconnection. One is if you break the axiom laws of the world you're in, but you still are within the axiom laws of the world you take with you.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you roll a 1, you could possibly disconnect. If you roll a 4, a 4 disconnect is when you break the axioms of both conditions. So the world you're in and the is that right? Am I right about that?
Yeah. It's, if you're breaking both yourself and reality, the reality around you. Is when
Which means a 4 or less would mean you would possibly disconnect, right? In this case, the demon is not breaking those laws, so it doesn't disconnect, but it does not soak the wound, that's for sure. So it does take a wound. It's got 2 left. And awesome, outstanding. Lieutenant Lightning hasn't gone yet, correct?
yes. So I want to set up this round, so I want to do a trick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm basically going to dart into the bookstore. So let's see if I can get my little token over here. And I'm going to pick up a book and start reading yes, according to the Beatitudes of Marot, what we need to do to dispel a demon is very simple. Surround it and draw the triangle. I'm just going to come up with, psychobabble equivalent of a ritual so that he will target me.
Uh-huh.
And what I'm really doing is I'm opening up the capacitors on my lightning array, hoping he'll target me, and I'll just absorb that lightning.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Awesome. So this is a taunt, though, right?
It's a trick.
Oh, trick. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get him to do something that would be unwise.
You're
Sure.
all clever.
I'm just saying, brilliant idea. But as soon as I get to go, I'm putting an axe in his kidney.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely. I'm just, and the odd chance it doesn't immediately die.
Right?
Who are
Okay.
you that is so wise in the ways of humans?
I will defend the possibility.
Okay, so currently the result is 12, but Greg is spending a possibility on that.
Yep.
So it would have that.
It needs a 13.
13,
Trick is
you're right.
13.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'll show it to everybody.
All right.
Which I did before.
I'm trying to put the modifier in. Come on. There we go.
Yeah, you have to
do
actually
it.
highlight it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think my modifier is 89, though. My keyboard just decided it doesn't
Well,
like
that's going to be a hell of a roll, though, if it is.
That'd be nice.
Well, it doesn't like me correcting my error. So we'll just try that
Yeah, you
again.
can try that again. So the modifier
You may
is
have
actually
gotten-
the modifier is actually a +2 because it's vulnerable, and then you put the last roll in on
Right.
the second time.
So we'll just go. Hopefully that'll correct it.
There
All
it
right,
is.
there we go.
It just gave up.
That looks a little better.
Except your modifier is still too high, right? So your modifier isn't a 9.
All right, so it should be
22.
so it should be 7 lower, right? So it's
Yeah, 7
24
lower.
still.
Oh yeah.
So 24. That's enough for an outstanding success.
Nice.
So what would you like to do to this poor thing?
What I'm doing is I'm going to target and absorb his next lightning bolt if he's still standing, and then I will throw it back at him.
Ah, okay.
So, and the cool thing is, since a player's call,
It's player's call. Yep.
It is. That can get really wild. You can say when it acts.
Let's
again,
just yeah.
it has to do that lightning. You don't even roll it, and it's going to give Greg extra damage on a.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
And that's what we'll do. So so no matter what, you've got it. You know what it's going to do next turn, and you know the result of that because you got the outstanding success.
And now someone can swing their axe. It should all work.
And by the way, Tracy, I forgot I did successfully accomplish an approved action, so I drew my own card.
Okay, awesome. So so Darrell,
In case the
the
audience is going, why has that cheater got an extra card?
right, Ostra Phantom drew his own destiny card because he actually successfully completed a taunt maneuver.
A taunt.
Right?
And I played a coup de grace into my pool.
And coup de grace, for those who don't know, just allows you to get an extra bonus die on damage, which is awesome.
More bonus dice.
Okay, so next round, is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okie dokie. So let me delete this card so we're not confused. And then I will draw another card. So next round in this dramatic scene, and I'll show it to everybody. So heroes goes first, villains goes second, no special effects, and trick is the approved action. So heroes. I'm not feeling too good about my demon at this point. He's still stymied and vulnerable at this point too.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead, Juki. Get your axe in, because I think.
So I have a question about my suit here.
Sure.
I'm assuming if the picture of this wonderful demon is the demon's about what, 12 feet tall, approximately?
Well, no, it's not. It's not too much bigger than a human.
All right. So my jumping ability with said suit is, I'm going to say it's helpful. That the suit's going to help me jump. Is this correct? Or
I mean, you can get there however you want, right?
Okay. So I would like to take a running jump and try to, cut off one of his horns or something, some kind
Awesome.
of nice, brain action.
Do you actually want to target the brain, or do you want to just try to hit?
I would like to hit somewhere in the upper head, neck, torso area.
Okay.
I'm not calling it. How's that?
Okay, awesome. So go ahead and move yourself over there into melee with the poor demon, and then roll the
poor demon
axe.
And just click great axe. And no -2, right? Modifier?
No, you get a +2 because he's vulnerable.
Okay.
Oh, that is not good.
It's a shame. That's a shame. I have
Spend
no
a
cards.
possibility if you wish.
That would get me into a...
That would give you more numbers.
More numbers is good. Modifier...
Modifier is still +2, so you
Okay.
put that in there. And then
And
your last
roll was a 4.
which was awful.
Horrible. Could not be more ashamed of myself. And I got a 14.
Okay, so that is...
By the-
melee is not quite enough to hit.
Do I have to do another possibility then?
You can
Well, yeah, the only option is to trade Lieutenant Lightning for that hero card. You could do it that way. Or
Or a card to trade.
I'm going to play my supporter on her.
the Shroud could play
Go.
supporter on her. Yep.
So I'm just going to keep plugging away with the Mauser to keep its attention.
Okay,
That's
awesome. Yeah, so supporter, that +3 gets you a regular hit, which is your base damage, so there's no bonus dice there. What is your base damage on your...
15?
Might not be
That's in
enough.
the parentheses. 15?
15 is not quite enough.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm reading this thing. It says strength +4 and then parentheses 15.
Yep, it's 15.
Dang it.
It has a 16 toughness.
Man.
Whoops. What did I do? So that's not quite enough, which is too bad. But
I would
you
scorn you, but I feel as if you have already scorned yourself.
Oh, I've scorned myself.
But that said, he's already stymied. Does it stack? I can't remember.
To two. Two.
Yeah.
Very stymied.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's very stymied now.
Yeah.
So I have a card which is not on my deck, so I can't do anything. Never mind. Dang it.
Right. Well, at the end of your turn, you get.
I will be putting that out. Yes, I will.
So that matters, though, even if you didn't do damage, because you did hit, and now he's very stymied.
Right. Well,
And he hasn't gone yet. So who's next?
good thing you set up that lightning. Bob.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move up in front of Sonda, and I'm just like kind of holding her back, and I was like, "Look, don't get closer to that thing. Let the professionals handle this."
Okay.
And I'm just going to do an active defend. and nothing
Okay.
else.
Okay. Active defend then. Who's next?
I put out my coup de grace, FYI.
Okay.
So it's very stymied and very vulnerable, or just vulnerable?
Just vulnerable.
Yeah. Vulnerable and very stymied.
Okay. And Greg, are you about to hit it with a big zap?
Yep, I'm about to hit it with a big zap.
All right, then let me go next.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to, I'm still standing on the rooftop, and I'm going to spread open the cloak, and I'm going to look at it and say, I've always wondered if demons feel fear. And my cloak shows, at least mortal beings, their worst fears,
Oh.
which adds to my intimidation. So I am going to intimidate it.
Awesome.
Well,
Are you, though? Are you really?
well, we're going to possibly do that because that's embarrassing.
I retract my thankfulness to the developer of this program.
All right, that's an 18.
That's pretty good. So this was a intimidate, right? So that's just a regular success. So I assume you want to up its vulnerability?
I sure do.
And we will do that. So
Oh, yours,
now-
Lieutenant Lightning.
yeah,
All right,
Lieutenant
so-
Lightning.
To stage it, I realize that I'm going next. I'm going to wait essentially to its turn, my trigger on the finger, and as soon as it casts lightning, I'm absorbing that, kicking it all back onto the demon. So it's just I spend like this slow-mo round aiming,
Mm-hmm.
and then I fire at it.
And what's the effect of that? It's bouncing back what it's sent.
No, it's just for visuals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just explaining how I set everything up. So it's very vulnerable, so my modifier is 4, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And so I will take a hero card, spend that.
You can. So before you do that, if you can spend a regular possibility instead of the hero
That's
card,
true.
I've got a coup de grace to trade for you, so you can really double them up.
Yeah, I've got a coup de grace in my hand, so I'll spend a regular possibility.
Yeah.
Modifiers back to 4.
Yeah, we got to get in our groove here. I've already wasted 2 cards. We can't waste it more.
Yeah, right. Poor Sonda screwed it all up for you guys.
There you go, Sonda. And our only healing potion.
Okay, so I'll add a 19, so then I'll toss on the hero card.
Oh, okay. So right now, 19, this is a dodge, right?
Versus a dodge, yep.
Yeah, so right now that's a good success.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are going to whomp this thing this turn. And the reason I say that, Boof, is because there's 2 coup de grace cards here. Although he's using a hero, you'll only be.
That's a 24, and I'm tossing on my coup de grace.
Yeah. So the coup de grace, or the 24, gets you an outstanding success, and then coup de grace gets an extra bonus die. So roll your damage.
So
3 bonus dice.
Hate to be a dick. That
Always
total roll is an odd number.
That's 22. That's 22 damage.
Right. See, but the problem though.
What did you do, Darrell?
Roll is an odd number, and Darrell is absolutely right.
I think there's a highly conductive metallic dwarf that just absorbed a lot of light.
So to explain to everybody, the noobs in the room and the noobs watching, the Torg rules for firing into melee are pretty unforgiving. And the way it works is, if the total of your roll, not your bonus, but your roll, is an odd number, then an innocent bystander is going to get hit and not the target that you actually aimed at.
I am not innocent.
You're innocent enough, according to the
You're
rules.
innocent enough. And so that's the reason to spend sort of possibilities to sort of avoid getting the odd number and stuff like that. But in this case, you're all played out with the possibilities in the hero cards.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
So instead, that 22 damage gets to go to Torg. But you do not have to spend that coup de grace card for this.
I don't know. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
Right? I mean,
So we'll call that. We'll just subtract 3 points from it. So it's
Sure.
18.
Awesome. So it's 19 damage to Torg. Or I'm sorry, not Torg. It's Juki.
Juki.
Now, I can't imagine what people watching us are going to think about the way we just played all this.
Exactly.
Not going to be impressed,
So
guys.
Juki,
Bella!
this goes against your toughness. So your toughness, luckily, Juki is well equipped to handle.
I'm ready for this. Like,
This is what you're
my
good at.
11.
In the face.
Yeah, let's see. I've got it wrong for some reason because your adds for your dragon armor should actually add to that.
Right.
So it should be a 15 toughness,
Yeah.
which means you're only 3 over, which doesn't
That's
mean
2
you
shock.
have any
Yeah.
wounds. So that's
Yeah.
good for you.
2 whole shock.
You've got a thing for shock that you can
Woohoo!
set there right below your possibilities. So add 2 to it.
add 2 to shock.
Good job energizing the dwarf, Lieutenant Lightning.
That's right.
I'm going to have static issues for the rest of this game.
My little thought balloon is, I've invented the dwarf bulb.
So the good side, though, is that because you got the player's call on your trick, you force the demon to act against you, and he does not succeed. So
Right.
I'm giving you that player's call there.
Right.
So But the bad
fires its lightning bolt and recharges your gun.
exactly. The bad news is that all his vulnerability and stymied now goes away.
Ooh.
Good teamwork, everyone.
But you didn't have a villain attacking you, so that's good. So that's the end of the round there.
This is what we get for assuming that we're taking them down in 2 rounds. That's all.
And the next drama card, heroes go first, but they're fatigued, which means usually all of you will take 2 shock.
Yeah.
I don't know if Juki takes more. I'd have to check.
She does.
Yeah.
She takes like 4.
So Juki, you actually take 4 shocks. So you're at 6 now?
6?
Yeah.
Criminy.
6 of 8, which is no good. When you go past 8, you're going to go unconscious.
Well, but I'll zap anybody on my way down.
Right? So the great thing is you can smack this thing and then back away, so you're not going to be like friendly fire target bait anymore.
Indeed.
Hmm?
You become vulnerable for that, but
That's okay. It's cool.
okay, so heroes go. But you might be able to finish him off here.
Do it. We super believe in you.
You're energized now.
Right?
So I take my zappy, static, electrical great axe and just go for a kidney shot,
Okay.
something.
Yep.
And, yeah, because, come on. I got to hit at some point. Oop, I think I did it wrong. What did I do? I just click it, right?
Yeah, click your great axe.
I'm clicking.
My axe.
Hello? Not doing it right. Something is wrong.
Try closing your character sheet. Maybe
Yeah, I'm gonna do
open
that
it up
now.
again.
All right. Modifier is
Nothing.
all right.
Yeah, nothing right now. Yeah, it might have been that a modifier thing got hidden under something.
Right.
So currently with both rolls are the same. So currently you are not hitting. You need 5 more than that.
5 more? Who made this?
These demons are kind of, rough. They're rough business.
Demons are no joke.
Do you want to spend a possibility?
I would love to spend a possibility. Yes.
Okay.
I think
Why
that
not?
is the
What the heck?
best option. How could I not? So, if I'm out, I'm going down to 1. So,
Right.
all right. So, add a possibility. 0 modifiers.
0 modifier, and your previous roll
Roll
was
was 9.
19.
Hey.
okay.
There
So
we go.
that is a hit, but no, not a good success, but a regular success, which won't do anything except make it stymied at this point.
Oh, but I have coup de grace.
You could add a bonus die to your hit with your coup de grace card, yes.
Shall I do that?
It's either
Well, right now your base damage is what, 14?
My regular damage, strength plus 4 is 15.
15. So you would need another 6 on top of that to get a bonus die.
which you could get. It's up to
Or
you.
to do a wound. I'm sorry. You need 6 on top of that to do to do a wound.
Yeah. The other thing you can do with that card is if Shane or I hit it, you can start trading those to give whoever hits the demon extra coup de grace.
With that said, either way, you're going to stymie this demon.
Okay, well, let's just leave it with stymie, because
Okay.
clearly my rolling is not awesome.
No?
And
Move away.
Okay, who's next? And you're going to move away?
I'm gonna put my cards down.
Yes, and you get to play.
I'll
with
go,
it.
guys. I'm going to help you set it up. We're still hoping you'll finish it, I think, Greg, since...
I think it's going to be a lot harder now. So probably we should. I think our.
It's okay, I've got this, everyone.
All right, here we go. All right.
Juki, are you moving away?
I'm trying to, but I got stuck in a loop of modifiers. There we go. I'm way the heck away. Should I go further? I'm going to go further.
No. I mean,
there we go. I'm in the corner. Don't put baby in the corner.
Why did you run away?
So I don't get hit again.
Yeah.
So you are vulnerable.
Yeah. And remember, you also get a card in your pool.
I'm going to
How do I
put you
notate
up
that
here.
I'm vulnerable?
Well, I'll set it up here, but in your character sheet, there's a thing for it.
All right.
And right now it is stymied. I should have used this. Okay, who's next?
I'll go. So I'm going to jump down off the rooftop, and then I'm going to stalk toward it with the cape flapping, my ratty, fear-inducing cape that I found in the ruins of the necropolis.
Nice.
And, I'm going to glimpse at it to see what it's afraid of, and then I'm going to stare at it one more time and say, "Young adult novels, eh? They scare me too." And I'm going to intimidate once again.
Okay.
15.
15 isn't quite enough.
Shall I coup de grace? No, because it's not enough.
No, that won't help.
That's damage, yeah. So
I don't like
coup de
the
grace would be
feeling.
just for damage.
Intimidate, so I'm going to spin another Benny. Or possibility.
Benny.
Possibility, yeah.
I was like, can I get a Benny? No.
And again, Boof, remember, you can play another card
There
into
we
your
go.
pool.
Oh, right.
How
Thank you.
about a 23?
23, that's a good success.
Okay. We want invulnerable.
Very?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Ooh, I'm playing this one. Opponent fails. Yes.
Nice.
Why would we want Maelstrom?
We don't. There are conditions that you want that one. This is not one of those.
I see no reason to ever play that card. That's ridiculous.
There are definitely reasons to play it, but they're advanced.
And
Who's
why
next?
are there reasons? Because Darrell made them. No, just kidding.
I didn't do Maelstrom. Yeah. Let's see. Greg, do you want to take the shot or shall I?
Why don't you take the shot?
Okay. So yeah, like Astray, he gets kind of serious for a moment. Like he draws his god meter and he's just like, "You damn demon, go back to hell." And, the little god meter, starts speaking a little bit because it's like the hacked version, that says, "Demon detected, firing."
Mhm.
All right. So I get a +4 because it's
Great
very
Scott,
vulnerable.
your gun talks?
Yeah. Yes, but it never has anything interesting to say. Fire, combat, modifier, +4. I will submit this roll.
Oh, that's a good roll.
I have hit a 19.
That's dodge, right? So that's a good success.
Okay, so who else has got a coup de grace?
I do.
I do.
Who would like to trade me for
Me.
Okay, so let's trade my
How far are you from an outstanding success?
Let's see, you got a 22 right now?
I've got a 19.
Oh, 19.
In toto.
19 versus dodge, so you're 3 away from outstanding success.
I've
Well,
got an
how about
action
this?
card I can trade.
Oh, if there's a supporter out,
Yep.
Oops, sorry. Who's giving me
You
what?
want to do something, Greg?
I've got an action card, but I don't have a supporter.
Well, I don't want to play a card because I want to use both of them for coup de grace.
Okay.
How about I give you the supporter so that you get the outstanding success?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Dunzo.
And how are you supporting me?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to continue getting in its face, showing it the line of young women's young adult novels that I know.
See these? They're horrifying.
There's sequels. The 90th just came out. 91st.
You there, God? It's me, Margaret.
She releases them once a week. And he goes, ah!
Okay, so with all of that, so I'm going to do 15 base damage plus 4 bonus dice.
And a coup de grace. Did you need my coup de grace?
No, I ended up taking Greg's.
All right.
So let's see here. 4 bonus dice.
That's not
So
good
bitch.
for this guy. Oh, that's bad. Really bad.
Oh,
That's really bad. All right.
39 damage.
I've got demon gunk all over me, don't I?
I'm glad I moved away. That's pretty good demon gunk off of metal.
Well, it could soak really, really good, but...
Yeah, well, I have to figure this out, right? So 39 versus 16. What is that?
So basically, the only thing you got to figure out, you basically roll it soak. If it gets an outstanding, it soaks it all.
Oh, that's right.
anything
Yeah,
else,
it
it's
is
only
at that
gonna take a
level.
couple off.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, that's right. You're right. Okay. So, yeah, soak. So it's going to take a possibility. And it's stymied, is that right?
It is.
Nope.
Nope. So it can't spin anymore, right? So can it not soak? It can't soak more than once, right?
It can't try to soak more than once.
Yeah.
If it's got a possibility left, it could add a possibility to that soak roll.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll do that then, because I can.
Yeah.
Whatever that roll was, that was an 8. That was awful.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, the roll was a 12.
yeah. So modifier -2. And roll was a 12. Is that right? Yeah, 12.
Oh, and it's got another -1 because it's wounded, but awesome.
Oh, yeah, but it also it takes that into account already.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So that's not enough.
Not enough. Yeah.
So you have taken the demon down.
just one right between the eyes, you know. Yeah, the God meter says demon dispatched.
So I'm going to look over at you. I'm going to need a change of clothes.
Sorry about that.
So everybody take one possibility.
Woo.
And at this point, the cards come back to your hand. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, mine don't because I just spin them, so you can delete mine.
Okay. And then
delete 'em.
do you refresh?
Only at a scene change do
Okay.
we cycle cards.
We're about to have that anyway. So, but for now, so you've deleted the cards that need to be deleted.
Yes.
So then we take card on here?
Don't do that yet.
Okay.
But it's just a matter of making sure that you. Taking them out of your action pool. I'm not sure how you do that.
You just put them back in your hand.
Just drag it.
Oh, I think you can. I think you right click on it and can
Take.
pick it up.
Click and
Yeah.
take, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
take. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's first.
Awesome.
Lieutenant Lightning, I think you need to calibrate your weapon.
I forgot that. Calculate the ohm resistance of a grounded dwarf.
I mean, there's just so much metal.
I'm
So-
sure it's Malraux's laws interfering with it.
This is not the first time that's happened to me. Let's be honest.
So the aftermath of this is there's a wrecked bookstore. There's a poor little guy in the bookstore. Like, he looks like he's terrified. And Sonda is, as soon as you sort of diverted your attention back to the demon and doing your stuff, Sonda actually started moving around and doing stuff. And hold on just a second. So you guys can all make a find test. This is actually a hard find test, so it's a difficulty 14.
No.
Oh, that's good.
But
Oh, look at there.
It was a good success after all.
Nice.
So somebody, killed it. Ostre did.
Not me.
Have it.
So in Torg, for those who don't know, Oof doesn't know this, I don't think.
I do not.
You roll a 10 or a 20 on a roll on a skill that you're skilled in, which means the skill that you have adds in. 10s explodes and 20s explode. So Ostre ended up rolling a lot there because he got 2 10s and a 12. So his roll was a 32. And so he got a 19 on his fine test. Juki didn't do too bad either. You got a 14, which is good enough to succeed.
I like succeed.
And I don't see Lieutenant Lightning's roll.
Well, I'm presuming that since other people are looking, I'm just in my notebook recalibrating my equation calculations.
Sure, absolutely.
And I don't see whatever it is we're supposed to see because I find a book with a very action-y looking cover. And I'm going to hand it to the bookstore owner. Here you go, citizen. Buck up.
And he's like,
Maybe you'll find some inspiration here.
Okay, so the people who did make it, Ostre and Juki, you both saw right before you guys dispatched the demon, Sonda sort of snuck into the rubble of the bookstore and pocketed a book that looked like the guy, the owner of the bookstore, had in his hands or, had dropped on the floor in front of him. She pocketed that book. And it was hard to catch. She did it, pretty skillfully and carefully. And now, as things are sort of winding down, the demon has been dispatched. The church police,
police
street beaters are coming out, and they want to know what the heck's going on, right? And Sonda's right up in front of that. She's just saying, well, there was this demon, and we all took it out, and we took care of it, and so she's starting to talk.
Oh yeah, if I can't stop her, then I am going to. Crap. I am going to try to fade into the crowd and not be noticed.
Okay.
Slowly back up out.
Right? I did. I'm kind of like the little my holographic clothes shift a little bit, and the words are going,
And so, she's talking to them. She's basically saying, "We took care of the demon. That's good, right? Like it's taken care of." And I mean, she's talking to them, and they're like, "What happened here?" And they're trying to sort of get to the bottom, talk to the poor store owner who's scared out of his wits. What are you guys doing?
We'd been able to pull her away from here before this. So, because here's the thing about the gun that I was using. I mean, it's got a very distinct look, and the bullet holes have a very distinct size and look, and it is 100% heretically illegal for me to have one.
Okay.
To have one. So we're gonna have some trouble, probably.
Okay. So you are trying to slip away.
I am. I'm kind of trying to fade out so I don't get caught with this gun.
So let's have you roll stealth.
Ooh, I've got stealth.
Since I'm trying to sneak away as well, would you like me to roll stealth?
Absolutely.
I have that.
It looked good for
I got a 10. I want to keep
10's good. 10's good enough.
I have a 7.
So Juki, you are caught. Yeah, and they're like, hold up, and they all sort of surround you. What are you?
I got hit by lightning, sir. I don't know how to stop this thing.
Shroud and Lieutenant Lightning, what are you guys doing this? Just trying to get it out of there, or?
Yeah, so I don't think I'm trying to be terribly stealthy. I'm just sort of sidling off, still looking at my notebook.
Okay. Shroud?
I have this move that I've perfected back in Cairo. It may not work here, but we'll see. I kind of spin around in the mask, which is just like a kind of a bandana kind of thing, and the cape go into this satchel that I would carry.
Uh-huh.
And I just kind of spin around into a crowd and come back out looking like Gunnar Hayes, Interpol agent.
Awesome.
That's
So
way
go ahead and
more subtle than
roll some
smoke
stealth.
bomb.
You want me to roll something?
Yeah, roll stealth.
Well, I don't have stealth.
Oh, well, let's see. Roll.
How about streetwise?
Yeah, streetwise.
Because I probably did in the middle of a crowd.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, that's great.
It's a trademark move.
Okay, so yeah, you
There's a little
absolutely
TM
do that.
hovering above you because you're in the Cyberpapacy.
It could very well be. So you guys let Sonda do most of the talking there then, right? And Sonda actually talks a good game. And really you all can see that her goal is to try to get some credit for this, right? And the church police want to they're not sure how this happened, and they don't have any kind of evidence of what happened, but they do want to take the bookstore owner in for questioning on suspicion. And he's scared. Sonda is like, no, but like there's nothing. Okay, and she realizes like,
step up and show my badge.
Oh, okay.
Credentials.
Right. Okay.
And I'm going to look at Elise. This may be a bad move, guys. Just fair warning. They go against what we're actually trying to do here, but I'm gonna play the lead. And somehow I have a gelato in my hand again. Wow.
With the plastic spoon.
Pardon me, I don't speak French, but I've never seen such a brave act before. I'm sure you caught it on these cameras, but this young lady ran right up to that horrible creature and distracted it while I'm not sure exactly what happened. But here's my credentials. I'm Gunnar Hayes with Interpol here on behalf of the government, but I did witness the whole thing, and this young lady is quite amazing. I guess you have some system here where she gets credited with the kill for this monster, right?
Well, yes, we do, and it sounds like this young lady and some others were here. We've got cameras. We're going to be taking care of it, but we're going to have to take the bookstore owner in for questioning. We don't know where this demon came from, so I'm afraid you're out of your jurisdiction a little bit here. But
I'm not claiming any jurisdiction, and I'm sure you'll do what's right. I just wanted to vouch for this young girl's bravery. I've just never seen such an amazing display of
idiocy.
Well, she's a hero.
Awesome. Take a possibility, Shane, and you eventually, and it doesn't take long before Sonda sort of talks her way to extricate everybody from this situation, except the poor bookshop owner, right? They do take him into custody, and once sort of things calm down, and she sort of motions whoever she can see to let's go. Do you guys follow her?
I'm attempting to shadow the group, even though she.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. And she sort of leads you eventually to a safe house. So as she's going along, and she's like, dang it, I wanted to get him out of that, but oh well.
Pity, at least he has something to read.
Yeah. Well. Okay. He'll probably be fine, but she does check her watch, her little wrist device, and her piety pops up, and it actually does show like 510, and once she sees that, she's like, yes, it's like, got it. And she's really, obviously excited, but trying to keep a little bit of a lid on it because she knows she's being watched. And she sort of
just make Melrose latest agent.
And so she takes you to this this safe house, and I've got a little map just for fun. It doesn't really mean anything, but I've got it anyway, so let's do it.
So as I enter the safe house with everybody, I want to see, like, 'cause I saw her like grab that book and tuck it.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can't lift it off her.
Awesome. So yeah, so let's see, what would that be?
So maybe stealth?
I'm looking at it. Yeah, probably. Hold on, let me look. I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah, I don't think we have a pickpocket specifically.
Yeah. So let's do stealth.
Not me.
All right.
Oops.
So you
No?
do inappropriate things to her instead.
Oh no, I am going to play.
Austria's got lots of possibilities.
I do.
Hey, while you're considering, hey, Tracy, I didn't intimidate when it was an improved action. Can I grab my card now?
Yes, grab your card. Apologies.
Can I get a card? I mean, just because I'm cute.
No.
That's
You are cute, but no card for you.
Doesn't hurt to try, right?
Zero.
That's the reason why you marry the GM. Just get all the perks.
Oh, that's a terrible roll.
That's a terrible roll. Is 11 going to do it?
11.
Because if not, I've still got options here.
Right. Well,
I want this to happen.
hold on. Let me see what her stealth is. 11 does it.
Okay. If 11 does it, yeah, I just kind of want to lift that book. While we're talking, I'm going to be like on the quiet side. I'm going to be flipping through this book to see what's going on.
So as you do that, she goes into the safe house and she sort of motions the people she can see in there. And it's like, is everybody here? Like,
yeah. I obviously go into the safe house.
Yeah. And what about Shroud? Anything you want to do, Shroud?
I will be following and trying not to break the porch because I saw the deterioration of the building for the bookstore, and I'm a little concerned about the porch as I walk.
Sure. Shane, are you there?
It looks like he is paused.
And no, he's that's his turned off his video.
Turned off his video.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and Mike too. So
he doesn't love us anymore.
Bio break.
Yeah, sorry. Why don't we do that? So let's take a bit of a couple minutes, and then we'll come back and continue. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
To me.
Okay, so I have set up our little safe house here, just as a sort of like, this is the locale kind of thing. That's all it is. And Sonda, rushes into the house, and she's in a very good mood. Despite the fact that she's obviously injured, and she's had a healing potion given to her, so she's looking pretty good. But there's not nothing there, and but she's very good spirits, and she goes immediately to like the fridge, or to the cupboard in the kitchen, and she's like, "Hey, you guys want some zebra cakes? I mean, they're not like technically sinful, but you can't take too many chances, right? They're delicious." And so she pulls them out, and she sits on the couch, and she sort of pulls her legs up, and just hugs her legs, and she's like, I can't believe I did it. 510 piety. Thank you guys so much for helping me.
What does that do for you, Elise?
Oh, well, it makes me blessed. So, you get enough piety and you become blessed, and that's kind of rare for like most people around. And it allows me to go into places that I wouldn't be able to go into. As far as like, hey, this is a safe house, so it's okay. But as far as our work goes, I can work from the inside, more than I could before.
So I'm going to lean into her just a little bit and just give a little bit of menace, just a hint.
Uh-huh.
And what did you have to do for that?
Well, you know what? I didn't have to stone anybody.
Well, we should hope not.
Okay, so
Stoning's bad.
Look, I get it. You know, like there's concern there because they have to do such crazy stuff. Like the church is bad, but it took me 9 months to get this. 9 months, and the reason it took 9 months is because I just did the stuff that I felt like I'm okay doing. Not.
I'm sure you did the right thing.
So what have I found in this book?
Okay, so as you're looking through the book, are you making it obvious that you have the book? Or?
Nope. I'm just kind of tucked in the corner.
Okay, tucked in the corner, looking through the book. It looks like a normal book. There's for the most
bloody
part,
runes all over it or anything.
There are no bloody runes except that sort of in the beginning of the book you actually do see like a page that's been written on. And do you have any kind of? You don't have any kind of
occult or spellcasting,
occult or anything like that.
But it's got like the funky writing or whatever.
It does have some funky writing. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now I'll go like, but so you say you didn't have to do anything that bad to get your 510 points?
Well, no. I mean, I not that bad.
I'm just gonna hold up the page in front of her.
Okay. Just 1 second. Let me look here. I just want to make sure I've got this right. So,
I've just ruined this for everyone, you guys. But
no. So,
as you do, Darrell.
Right.
She's like, look, don't worry about it. Like, nobody was hurt. I mean, I was hurt, but you guys helped me, and so that was the whole point. Like, we took care of it, and now I'm blessed, and it's done.
So it's
and
not
she looks, she looks like she's caving into your judgment of her.
I'm saying you realize, of course, that man that the church took away, that he is not coming back.
Well, no, I'm going to take care of him tomorrow. I've got a plan. I've got a way. I think he'll be okay.
What was that all about anyway? Do demons just spontaneously appear in bookshops here?
Okay.
I am unfamiliar with your strange ways.
Okay. Look, I planted the book at the shop. Okay. I know it's bad. I know it's really bad. Okay. I know. I have a friend of mine. I put a timed summoning spell in it. Once the owner opened it, and he did, the demon appeared, and I knew it was coming. I knew you would be here to take care of it with me. So I know it's bad, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay?
You just said it's not that bad. I mean, what were the odds that demon would tear that poor man to shreds when he opened the book?
And she looks down, and she's I know. I'm really sorry. I know, but
510 points. That's pretty good.
But don't you understand? Like, I can work from the inside on some of these things that I couldn't get into before. Delphi Council doesn't have people like that. So that's all I'm saying is if I'm going to do this,
nor should they at someone else's expense.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her the dad look.
And she looks, she's taking it. She's just like, yeah. It's as if she's realizing how bad it was by your reaction to it, right? She's
Does
realizing what she just did.
Perhaps
this not draw undue attention to you as well?
Well, it didn't this time.
Well, aren't you on the list of 10 people who are blessed in this area?
Well, no, there's more than that. But, you know,
What did
a
they
lot
do?
of the clergy are, well, some of them do pretty terrible things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. This was bad. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry.
Tracy, is there any iconography of the Cyberpapacy here in this safe house? Is it her place? Or is it a Delphi Council?
It looks like it's she definitely has a presence here. I mean, it's not her house. She doesn't. She obviously has stashed stuff here. Like this is a place that she takes care of, right? But it's not where she officially lives.
Is there any pro-pope, anti-pope, any kind of?
There is in this place. I mean, the limit of it is that there are some, you know, the Cyberpapacy cross sort of. There's some
Like a little
stuff
bit
on
of
the
neon,
walls and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Is there like a TV?
Yes.
I will. I'm gonna walk around the room as if I'm, you know, trying to sort my feelings about this whole matter and what she's done, and I'm gonna try to turn the TV on. Although it's gonna be pretty tough for me, I think.
Like looking at it like.
Yeah, maybe eventually somebody will help me, but that's what
I'll
trying.
come over and poke at it for you, but I don't think I'm much. I zap it
one
with
way or
my
the other.
leftover static.
One way or the other, you'll get it on. And what are you looking for?
Okay, just something, anything that's going on in the country, whether it's good or bad or whatever. But my point is going to be, I'm going to stroke my chin, and then I'm going to look back at her thoughtfully and say, you know, maybe it's this place that's doing this to you.
Huh. She, you know, yeah, and she's been a little quiet. Like you've definitely killed her mood, right? And rightfully so, right? And she's just like, I'm really sorry. I don't know. I'm just trying my best. And then she looks at the TV and hears what you say, and she's like, you know, maybe you're right. You're right.
Perhaps. And I'm gonna. Can I figure out how to change channels?
Sure.
I feel like I should probably roll. This is above my axiom.
The great thing is, like, the TV is like, would you like to change the channel?
Would you like to see a sermon? And you're like, no, don't. I don't want to talk.
I don't get it.
Well, whatever it is, I want to just kind of, flip at all these images. And if I get to write the movie, right, it's all these horrible things that are happening. It's people being dragged from their homes. And I'm sure it's all being broadcast as positive things for Melrose. But
right. Go ahead and roll fine just to see if you successfully maneuver your way around this TV.
Okay, roll what?
Find.
Okay.
Find the right channel.
That is, wow.
That's a 4 case.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Right. Well, it's not, because the TV
is only a one case. So.
It's only a 1 case, yeah.
Because the TV is within its own axiom.
Exactly.
It's you who are out, so it's a one case.
I'll possibly do that.
Nice.
I'm helpful. I'm helpfully like, no, wait, you were on that channel before. Here, go back. Go.
There you go.
And now the 2 Nile Empire people are trying to work this thing.
Well, Darrell, would be nice.
No,
I've already shocked it, so that screwed it up a little bit.
Yeah, like Australia's just like, oh my god.
No, but you absolutely find the channel. There's propaganda going on, right?
Okay.
Like the stuff that you guys would find upsetting, right? But they're trying to spin, right? Exactly.
It would probably be a trial, right?
A trial, yeah, for sure.
Because you get trial by ordeal. There's got to be an ordeal on one of the two.
Yes, and they're like,
I'll look particularly shocked and repulsed by something I see. And I'm gonna do a little short speech here. I won't make it long.
Sure.
But I think in game it's longer.
Yeah.
But I have a point to all this. But get ready, Greg, because I'm gonna hand it off to you. You know, Elise, when I was in Cairo before the Axiom Wash, before Pharaoh Mobius invaded, I felt I was in the right place. I felt I was doing good work. I was capturing criminals and making the world a safe place for others. And then when the invasion occurred, things got even worse. And I was able to take up the mantle after I found the cloak and become the shroud. And I knew that I was in the right place. I wonder, how did you feel, Lieutenant Lightning?
Well, I was working at my mother's cosmetic lab, and I knew that wasn't it. So, but then when the Axiom Wash came over me, I realized I could set out on my own, and I felt that the world wanted to complicate things unnecessarily. Right and wrong are fairly simple.
Right.
And you layer all these shiny things on top of it, like the Cyberpapacy does with their buildings. They put all the shiny on the outside, and then you have the decaying, crumbling bits on the inside, and you just have to throw away the shiny and deal with the crumbling bits on the inside. And so I've been doing that since Nile Empire, and I feel like there's a lot of crumbly bits.
Oh, that was great. What about you, Juki? Do you feel like you knew your place?
Of course, but my place is avenging my fallen brothers and trying to work for those people who are gone. Are you gone?
Me?
Can I bring you back? Like
No.
I can't do for my friends and family who are gone?
I don't.
Can I bring you back from this death that you are living?
Hold on, we're gonna ram it home here.
Yep.
Ostre, how have you felt since, as Lieutenant Lightning put it, the shiny bits have covered up the crumbly bits of this society that you still live in?
Look, I, like many, enjoy the shiny bits, right? Well, I lost my arm in a stupid mistake before all of this happened. I know what it is to be young and dumb. If these were crimes, I would be sentenced to many, many, many lifetimes in prison. So I understand you there, Sonda. But you have mistaken your faith in God for your pursuit of points. This is what this place does. This is what Malraux does. This is why you are lost.
And you must ask yourself, are you in the right place?
Well, okay. But the truth is this is the place. This is my place. I can't do anything else. I can't leave. I'm trying to do my best to help.
That is where you're wrong.
Well, what do you mean?
Producer.
So we'll lay the Eternity Shard, the Scarab, like on the table.
What is that?
Well, that's what we were here for.
That is what will bring you back from the dead.
Nice.
Don't.
I don't understand. I'm not dead.
Oh, We have a number for how dead you are. It's 510.
This device, this Scarab, as Juki said, can bring you back from what is not death, but could be near death for you. We know of your heart condition. We know that were you to leave Malrose lands, your heart may stop. However, this device can stop all that, and you can return to your mother outside these lands. You just have to believe that that is the right place for you to be.
But, and she, her lip quivers a little, and she's obviously scared. She's obviously unsure, and she says, "But, really? Like, how do I know it will work?"
Well, you can't know. That is between you and God.
And that is true faith. Hey, time out. Does Darrell have a wrist thingy that can communicate with Ladra? Is there some video phone thing for that?
So I do have a cyber deck. We could maybe set up a call. It could be complicated.
Right.
But I am an expert hacker, so...
Would you like to try to do something like that?
Are going to fail on you.
Well, right, so the funny thing is, he wouldn't push this because he knows how risky opening connections like that up are.
It would be super risky.
But if somebody asked for it, he'd totally go for it.
I'm going to try this then.
Now, one thing I could do is bring up an image of her mom.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to try something. We'll see what you guys think. I have a connection card.
Ooh.
So how about I play that to say we got a pre-recorded message from Ladra that we can play for her daughter?
Nice.
Can that be my connection?
Sure.
Okay.
So I just showed it to everybody. Your hero knows somebody in the area who can lend a hand. So, so pre-recorded something from Ladra.
So I think what we're looking for here is, we're building up to her faith total, right? So we've shamed her. Now we're showing her the support and the love, and then hopefully the coup de grace, so to speak, is her mother's voice.
Yeah. So her mom, comes on, and this is a message that, it's something that you actually got beforehand, right? Because you're playing this card and you had it. And she says, these people are here to help you, and you can leave if you believe. And I want you to come home. I want you out of there. And I don't care about your work there. It's important, but please, I'm asking you, please, to trust these people and to try. And when she hears her mom's voice, she starts to cry. And in that moment, she's like, she looks at you after having seen her mom, and she's like, what do I have to do?
I'll put the Scarab in her hands. Believe.
Okay. So you guys know that the Scarab works in the presence of the sun, so she'd have to go to a window or go outside. You guys...
I think the roof.
Right?
Backyard.
Sure, there's a backyard. You've convinced her to try. which is, half the battle. She's like, okay, and she grabs the scarab. She's got it in her hands, and she looks at you and she says, "What if it doesn't work?" And a little tear comes down her cheek.
I approach her and I hold her hands around the scarab and say, every person, every dwarf in my race wishes we could do what you're able to do right now. Please let me take you back to your mother. Believe, have faith that this will work, because it will. And I will be able to do for you what I want to do for everyone in my race.
So roll persuasion, and you get a...
Intimidate?
No.
Before we roll the dice,
Uh-huh.
what I'd like to do, I'm like, as a special effect of all of this stuff we're doing,
Yeah.
I want to drop my rally card.
Okay.
In rally,
Show what that is.
Desktop, yep.
Rally. All players may discard as many cards as they wish from their hands. Players may then immediately refill their hands.
This might give a supporter and things like that, which are going to help either each other or her for her role.
Right?
So I'm going to discard Nemesis.
Okay, so I have an opponent fails. Would she be an opponent?
So,
Wow.
yeah, usually what that one is when someone's attacking you.
Right.
You play that and you're like, nope, try again. So you probably don't want to play that on her. But you also might not want to get rid of that if we've got...
Right.
Exactly.
So I have an action, add +3 to the total of your test. Is this a test?
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Your persuasion for her is she's going to roll a faith test, and one of you is going to roll it for her. But at that point, anything, a card like whatever it was that you said, whatever card you said, wouldn't work for that. The only card that
opponent fails
usually
that
work is supporter in that case.
Okay, so I'm going to get rid of Maelstrom since we're not working on a.
Yeah, we won't need that one.
Okay.
So how many do we get to draw?
Up to 5. Back up to 5.
So I have drama, action, opponent fails, and coup de grace. I should keep the other 4, correct? Since we like those.
Yeah, I mean they won't do anything for her, but they revolve.
Right, but for the next, what we might have next.
Yep.
So after everyone draws, I'm going to play Inspire.
Ooh.
So Boof, draw up to your 5.
I got it. I'm on it right now. I got Master Plan. Pick up any Destiny card just played or discarded in exchange for this one. The recovered card may either replace Master Plan in your action pool or go straight into your hand. You may play the new card immediately.
Yeah.
Wait till he plays Inspire and then play that.
Right?
So Shane, what are you doing?
I'm playing Inspire, so everybody gets to draw one more card.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
You guys are loaded.
And to Inspire, I'm just gonna walk her out into the sunlight, hold the scarab kind of up into the sun, and let it gleam, let the gold gleam and catch the rays, and then I'll put it in her hands and just give her that stoic look. I'm gonna go for the strong, silent type approach.
Do we really want me to pick that card back up?
You can. You can play Master Plan and grab it.
Do we all agree to that? Yeah.
Sure. It's a pretty good plan. It's a pretty good,
So, alas, I'm going to discard Romance because she's not old enough for that to be not going to be able to do.
I also have Romance. Too late for that, right?
You could discard it and redraw, which is what I just
did. Use it as a possibility later, right?
Yep.
Where did the inspiration card go? Is it right there and I'm just not seeing it? Nope, I do not see it. Tracy, did you steal it?
No, I haven't touched it. What did you need?
The card that.
Inspiration.
Oh. Yeah, I think it was taken.
Did you take my card?
Or, deleted.
Yeah.
What were you looking for?
Your inspiration card.
Oh, inspiration?
card.
Well, you could just play it again.
Yeah, just do that, and then we get another card.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, done. Awesome.
Boom. That makes it easy.
Then we don't have to think about it later and forget.
Yeah.
Right? Boop. What I got?
Yikes.
It is a pretty good chance here.
Still no support.
Right?
So I looked at the notes that you made in the GM's handouts for Amenhotep Scarab.
Uh-huh.
I don't see any negative should she fail. Do we know otherwise, given her condition?
If she fails the faith test, she just isn't healed.
She's just stuck here. Yeah.
She's stuck here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't think it's going to kill her then, because I would feel pretty
No. You don't think it's going to kill her. You think that it basically seals her fate, that she's here, and that's that.
great. Greg said, there's right and wrong, and we know right, don't we, Greg?
Yes, we do. Right.
For the mystery men and women.
So I want to just walk up next to her and look at it as Boof is holding the Scarab with her, and go, you have to know that a god worth worshiping isn't bounded by a 500-kilometer triangle. You have to know that. Feel that. Tap that faith. And that will be sufficient.
Awesome.
And I'm playing a leadership card.
Okay.
I want to give her an action and a second chance card.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, wow. So leadership, what does that do?
It lets
Allows me to play
Greg give
two
other people
cards in
cards.
other players' pools. I'm going to hope that the GM will say that Sonda is a player for this purpose and can take 2 cards.
Super nice GM. I mean, she's so pretty. She's such a pretty GM.
All right. So what cards are you trying to give her?
Action, which is +3 to anything, and a second chance in case. So she
It all goes off the
she's
rails.
got at least another one to go.
Okay. So pull those out.
All right.
So we have second chance.
And where's the action card? It's in here somewhere. Oops, nope. There we go.
Okay. So, Suki, take a possibility for what you said. And,
Me?
Yep, you.
Oh.
And then, who wants to roll faith for Sonda? I'm going to give you guys control if you guys don't have it already. Hold on a second.
I have not rolled well today. So
Means you're due. Yeah, me too.
So,
I would think it'd be Shane because he started us on the path of good and evil.
right? So Sonda has no possibilities of her own.
ooh, I have a card that I can give possibilities though.
Because of your work to convince her, she's favored for this test. She has second chance, the card, and she has the action card, right? She needs a 16 to succeed. She has a faith of 9, or a faith of 10.
I think the guy who created the game needs to do this and played the leadership card.
Damn right.
Yeah, I blame him.
All right.
We've got your back.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So where is the, I don't see her character sheet.
Oh, let's see. I did show. Maybe I haven't shown it.
So you could just roll a d20 up there too.
That's true. let's see. But I thought
Under the dice.
Yeah.
edited and controlled by all players.
Now I see a character sheet.
Okay, good. Okay.
There we go.
Even better.
So this is the moment.
So basically, is the case that Suki the Red is holding the object with her.
Yep.
And the rest of us are standing around them.
Yep.
Okay.
The sun is shining down. It's late afternoon, and she is visibly, and you feel her trembling. She is terrified. But she's doing it.
Right. So I'll wait till the sun manages to hit the artifact.
Mm-hmm.
I'll gently reach over, tap her shoulder, and say, now.
Okay.
Now whisper, believe in us.
Love it.
No modifier, correct?
No modifier.
Oh.
Okay. So first she's favored, which I assume you'll want to take advantage of. And
Yes, I
favored
think,
for
I
those.
think I'd love to roll that again.
So for those who don't know what favored is, you have the option of re-rolling it, but you have to take the re-roll.
It's hard to do worse than 4.
It is.
Possible.
Oh,
Yay!
nice.
So the roll gets her a 15, which is just one shy of what she needs, but she does have a card.
Action.
So action. She grasps the thing and she's visibly shaking and is obviously very scared. Suki, you are comforting her and holding it with her. You guys are all around, either giving sort of like the stern stares or supportive looks or whatever it is you're doing.
I'm still figuring out the TV.
And you actually see, like, you're out in the backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you actually see the sky actually dim for just like a second. It goes, ooh.
I didn't do it.
And like, you can see, like, if there's a porch light that's still on outside or whatever, it flickers a little bit, and like, it's healing light energy, not of the cyberpapacy, obviously, but sort of envelops her and envelops the hand as you sort of clasp around her, and she starts to smile. And this healing energy sort of fills her, this white glow a little bit, and she, you can tell she just relaxes in your hand. And after the sun comes back out, so that dimming just happens for a second or so, and she looks at all of you and she starts to cry. She says, I think it worked. And immediately you hear something in the distance, and everybody no find rolls necessary. In the distance you see a flying something. It is red, and it is coming toward you.
Oh.
Astray, you know exactly.
Not good.
Is this how they deliver ice cream here? Because I was thinking it was time for ice cream.
It was the TV. I should have warned you not to turn on the TV. Out.
And they're coming. It's coming toward you.
We should run.
Does somebody want to throw me? Can somebody throw me? I mean,
like, toss you.
Yeah, just throw me at it. It'll be fun.
So, what was our extraction plan?
Get on the train.
Okay, we start with the train.
But there are vehicles around. There are, you never know.
We're in the safe house. I mean,
you're in the safe house, although I'm moving you over to the climax.
Yeah, so I have a spoiler alert for you. This is not a safe house anymore.
But it says safe house right out there. Isn't that what those words mean? No?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think we should make a mad dash for a vehicle, or, you know, let's see. Yeah, could we drive across the border?
Probably.
So
I mean, so what will probably happen is if you do get into a vehicle, you might have some combat trying to get broken in and all that. Once you get in, it'll probably be a chase.
That's like Astray's just picking up stuff and it's just like, right, this is what we should be planning on doing.
Okay. And so Astray knows.
Throw me at the flying thing.
No? Astray knows that this is a host, and a host is sort of a hard light hologram kind of monster of the cyberpapacy. They're very scary. They're very scary things. If you see a red one, you know you're in trouble. It's really bad. Yeah.
We've been sold out. Oh.
Do we have any sense of what brought them?
You feel like it was the use of the Eternity Shard, and it immediately sort of set things in motion. Just the use of it.
So there's nothing we could have done to avoid this.
You also know that Sonda's heart is cyberware, and there's probably some sort of connection between that cyberware and GodNet, which would also tip them off to something being wrong, you know? Especially if it's just gone now.
Yep. So into the car. If I got to hack a car, whatever.
Okay. So
guns up. We're
going to ask Elise if she knows where we should go.
Oh.
Where to, Elise? Do you know the neighborhood?
So, and she is sort of
crumbly bits behind a facade we can hide inside.
Right. She is not like capable of giving you a coherent answer right now.
How's your piety score, kid? How are we doing?
Juki is left. So Astray is looking for a car to steal.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, let's go.
The host is bearing down on you. Oh, there it goes. And then there is a hospitaller coming, and there's church police coming as well. But the host is going to get to you first. So I'm going to sort of stick these, on here, but on the edge.
They're not here yet, but
they're not here yet, right? But the host is here. So we're going to have at least a round, and then we're going to, we'll figure out your car. I mean, we could do a dramatic skill resolution, but I think that might be too long, right?
However you want to roll.
But
now, if we think that we could get them off our back by fighting the host and defeating it quickly and then getting away before the whole army of
that's fair. That's fair.
Might do that, but
right. So host is bearing down on you. Drama card here. This is a dramatic scene again. Lucky you guys. Unfortunately, the heroes or the villains are up, but they do those seconds. So I'll zoom it in for everybody.
Oh Lord!
Anybody got a martyr card?
I do.
Have a martyr card?
So up. Just so that everybody knows what up is bad with the villains have it. Up allows them basically to have, it's kind of like a possibility, except there's no minimum 10 involved. So they automatically get a second roll on everything they do, but they don't get a minimum 10, which is what you would get if you were spending a possibility.
And the hosts don't need it up to ruin our day.
Exactly. The hosts are going to ruin your day anyway. But if somebody has a martyr card, that's good. Up to you guys whether you want to spend it or not.
I'm not playing that on the Phantom Star, not yet.
Okay.
We're going for it. If it goes really bad, then maybe.
So heroes first. Host is bearing down on you. He's like, he's a few meters above you and looks like he was ready to attack. Sonda's here, but not really effective.
I'm not kidding about, can somebody just toss me up there?
I'm sorry, Shroud, what did you say?
The host is flying, right?
Yes, the host is flying. Yep, a few meters
None
above.
of us can lift you, by the way.
Well, can't somebody have like super strength card that toss the dwarf? I mean,
We don't.
is
None
that
of us
not
have
like
that.
the standard thing when there's a dwarf in the team? Somebody's got to toss me.
That's not
You're
a thing
probably
any
the
of us
only
do.
one who could toss you.
Dang it! Can I jump? We've already talked about this.
No.
No.
Okay, well, I think Shroud is still in kind of bad. I'm in dad mode here. I'm going to look at Astra and say, is this thing actually real, or should I?
Oh, it's real enough.
Should I fight it?
Yeah, he's visibly panicking. He's like, "Oh man, this is super bad." Like demon, this. Oh.
Yeah.
So there you go. You got the card, Shane.
I didn't mean to take that. I was just looking at your cards.
Oh. Well, it's all yours.
Okay,
Which one was
nice.
it? Steal it back, because I didn't mean to take it.
Oh.
I don't even know what it was. I was trying to see if anybody had the martyr card. Then
I do, yeah.
Okay, well, give us a plan here, Astra. This is your domain.
Yeah, my plan is I'm running like hell and trying to steal
Greg
the
and I
car.
shoot guys with toughness of like 8.
Right, exactly. My plan is run like hell, get in a car, and drive.
That's funny. I don't seem to have a run like hell skill.
I do.
And I'm sure I couldn't operate the cars here.
Maybe uniquely adapted for this cosm.
Well, why don't we go ahead and set this dramatic skill resolution? So, first step, find the car, right?
Awesome.
So that'll be a find roll, regular difficulty,
I
right?
think first step, push Astra in the way and let him use his martyr card.
Well, that's up to you. Second step, break into the car, right? So, whatever skill,
How about lockpicking? or
lockpicking
computers?
to break into the car, and we'll do that as a regular standard difficulty as well.
Love it.
Third step, hotwire the car, right?
What?
Probably some sort of an electronics or something like that roll.
Maybe land vehicles based on mind?
Oh, yeah, fair. Land vehicles. And then final step is to actually get away. So that's the driving roll, right? Or drive roll.
Land vehicles, yeah.
I've got good news, everybody. I have all of these skills. However, Greg might be better at some of them as the scientist, you know.
Well,
Right?
actually,
So
I was
let me
gonna
write that down.
talk to Juki and go, if you really want to take on the host, I can't exactly throw you, but I bet I can propel you.
Awesome.
You might also be able to tempt that host down somehow.
Awesome.
C, break into the car. C is going to be hotwire the car. And then D is going to be driving away. Okay.
Host is going to be jacking us up every step of the
So-
way.
Martyr card, if I remember right, allows you to replace the drama card. Is that right? Or is
No,
that...
martyr card is I effing die.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. There is a card out there that allows you to replace that drama card if that ever comes up. And there's a lot of cards out there, so somebody might have it.
That's the initiative.
Initiative card. So right now, step A is not available. So you're going to have to hold this thing off, or lay it all out there and try to do all at once. Yeah.
Right.
That's probably not a great idea in the first round.
Whatever, yeah. And if we've got, the great thing is we've probably got 5 rounds to do this before the Hospitaller and the rest of the army get here. So
Exactly.
Good.
Okay. So heroes go first. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's right.
Luckily, you've all got some pretty good
Juki,
buffs.
do you want me to try to launch you?
I would love to get up there and bring that thing down here.
All right.
In my own will.
Then my plan is I have a force field belt I'm going to expend a charge. So instead of give me a shield, I'm just going to like move it like a platform and kick you up and burn a charge that way.
My goal is to catch said host with my axe.
What, do you want to hit it, or do you?
I want to like hook into it and then see if I fall or not.
Okay, so awesome. So that happens, and you expend your charge for your force field, and I'm going to give you support for that as well. So you can either roll it, or you can just give her a straight +1.
I think given what I've been rolling, I'll give her a straight +1.
Okay. So then, Juki, you can attack the host with your little +1 bonus there.
Did you just call me little? Again, I'm a dwarf. You don't need to be talking about my size.
Okay,
everybody knows the size.
I just want you to know the host has a melee defense of 15 and a toughness of 20 at this point. Just so you know.
It's cool.
Just so
You'll be fine.
And I have no cards out.
We super believe in you.
No cards out yet.
No cards out. Yeah.
I'll trade you that martyr when we've got the chance.
Yeah, because I will totally use that. No problem using martyr. All right. So great axe. Will it work this time?
Survey says.
Nope. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Nope, it's not. All right, I have to restart my. Hold on.
Your character sheet.
Yeah.
It might be just hiding the.
Yeah.
The bonus thing.
Yeah. There it is. 0 modifiers or +1?
+1. 17
That's
is pretty
a hit.
good. That's a hit. So your base damage isn't going to hurt it, but you will stymie it.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
All right.
So you're happy with stymieing it then?
I can possibility, right?
You can if you want, yes.
All right. Possibility.
Awesome.
Continuing with the same.
Yes.
So same modifier +1, and then your roll was an 18.
Yep.
Come on, Booth.
I haven't had very many explosions lately.
I had tons.
Okay, so 22 is a good success. You get a bonus die out of that.
Right.
So you never know.
So you click your damage.
Click your damage, and then you say 1 bonus die when it asks.
Damage.
For your axe. Yeah.
Awesome. This is so easy to use.
17. Not quite enough, but it will.
Does shock.
That's enough. Does 1 shock, right?
Yeah.
And that's
still stymied.
And stymied.
Okay. I think that was a very good toss in the air. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Good beginning. Good beginning.
Yeah.
Now I got to put down all the cards, right? So I'm going to put out opponent.
Opponent fails? Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a critical one.
Let's start with that.
Yeah, so I'll show it to everybody. Opponent fails. Play after an opponent has successfully completed a test. The test fails. So that's a great card for the host.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Yeah, go ahead.
So are you leading us to a car? Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing. I'm about to run and start looking
for. So we're like running through the street. Elise is with us, right?
Yep. And with the action not available this turn, you're sort of trying to find one, right?
Well, so and what I'm going to do,
when
the action is not available, you can still attempt the step that you're on, and succeeding is treated as an approved action.
Ah,
so
right.
Sure. But I can get a card for it.
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
Now, if someone else wants to look for it instead and take that card, please do.
Right.
Okay, so there's like some buildings around, right?
Yep.
And it's kind of in between the buildings, up in the air, fighting with the hurled Juki. So what I'm going to do is
I'm envisioning this.
Yeah. Somehow I managed to get into costume between the house and the street. And I'm going to whip out the Mauser and I'm going to fire and hit like a junction box or a server box or something like that, because the Shroud can figure out at least enough to know that this is probably some sort of electricity-based critter being. And I'm going to try to explode a transformer box or something near it and do a trick.
Okay.
Yeah, which I'm not great at, but.
So its trick is 15.
Yeah, well.
So what is it a maneuver, since that's on that drama card we have?
It's like a physical feint, or
being thrown onto a device.
Well, only if you're doing it as a maneuver.
If you're doing it as a maneuver, it absolutely is. But you did it as an attack, so. Oh, I gotta look and see.
Plus, we got a lot of cards, so.
You do. You have a lot of cards. Once you get some cards out there,
that's
going to survive long enough. That'll help. Ooh, there's an explosion, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, that total roll is a 36.
Nice.
So.
I'm not getting the output of that.
19 is the.
Oh, there it is. Okay, 36. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So 19 is it's a regular success.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay. I want to make it very stymied.
Super duper stymied.
It was already stymied, right? Or was it?
Yeah.
Yes. So very stymied. Awesome. Okay, who's next?
I've already gone because my action was tossing a dwarf.
Right, support.
Thank you for tossing the dwarf. I appreciate that.
All right. So my legs, it turns out, have cybernetic components too, and my ankles grow about 6 inches, and I just start like woo, 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 like just like hauling butt down the street looking for like the right car. Like not just any car will do. Like it needs to be one that's fast enough to really get away.
Yep.
Nah, that's a Peugeot. That'll never do. Looking for something good. So this is so it's supposed to be a find roll. We don't have step A, but
correct.
Find.
And it's a regular standard success.
Yep.
Ooh, that's good.
Nice.
Boy,
so you get a card out of that, right?
I do. I'll draw a card, and then I will play my card, and then I'm done.
Okay. So villain is up, but very stymied. So that's good.
It also helps that I'm hanging from it still. Assuming I'm still hanging from it.
Oh, no. I take that back. I don't want that one.
And hold on. Just
a card in the pool.
So it looks to me like it needs to get into close proximity. Oh, 5 meters. I got you. Okay. So, Juki, you had your swinging axe, like, as you were flying toward it, thankfully, thanks to Lieutenant Lightning's force field that he sort of repurposed, swung at with your axe, didn't do any damage, but did certainly stymie it, and then you fell back down, like, plump, like you landed, on the ground.
Shock. That's damage.
That's shock, exactly. The host then follows you down. Right? And it's going to try to attack you.
I super believe in you, Juki.
Bring it! See, I have no fear because I don't know what this thing is. It makes 0 sense to me.
And you totally did a superhero landing.
I did.
Superhero landing.
15, so that's a result of 9. What's your melee?
Don't forget it's up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's up.
Thanks, Shane.
We were about to be like super excited, like, yeah, it actually missed.
4. Last roll was
Who can
a...
take it?
Why do you guys keep like remembering stuff when it has to affect me? Why is that?
Okay, so 17 versus your melee defense.
Which is 9.
Okay, so that
Only
is
a good hit.
a
That's
good
not bad.
success. So it's going to do damage.
Is it time for that opponent fails?
Oh,
Oh.
that's a tough call.
'Cause
So I'll tell you what it does, right? Its base damage is 18. It's going to get a bonus die.
What's your toughness, Boo?
15, I think. 14?
I
I
do all of the things have to be different places.
Your
I know
base
exactly where
toughness
it
is
is on
11?
I got +4 armor, so it's 15.
15.
Thank you.
Wait, what's its total?
Its total, right now, its base damage is 18, and it will get a bonus die unless you want to
Right,
do a
but
bonus
what's its
fail.
to hit total? Because it's got -4 too.
Yeah.
That was already
That
built
-4
in.
is already taken
Already
into
got it.
account,
Oh, I
so
see.
17 is a good success.
Yeah.
Can't make the call for you, Boof, but this is a hard hit.
Thoughts?
You can probably take it, but you've actually got the auto miss card, so
That's a tough one. It's up to you. It's 50-50.
This is getting a 15 in blackjack right here.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
10
This is the
showing.
15 in blackjack. Or the 14.
And the dealer's showing a 10.
Well, as long as somebody promises to give me a martyr card.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
I'll take it. I'll do it.
So
You're
gonna,
taking the hit?
I'll use the card.
Awesome.
Yeah, okay, so opponent fails, so I'm not going to roll damage.
Don't delete that because I'm using my master plan to steal it.
All right. Steal
There
away.
you go.
Whoop.
Very good. Very good.
I'll get rid of that.
Intelligent use of cards. Good.
job.
Very good.
All right.
Good job,
so now
Ruth.
I put out more cards. Woo!
Yeah, well, that was
Right.
his
His
turn.
turn. Yeah, but I want to put out more cards.
I
Tracy,
know.
Stop paying so much attention to me.
So
I know
this
I'm pretty.
that's
It's
the end of the round, right? So that's all
Yeah.
you can do.
New drama.
Let me get rid of
New
This one?
drama.
and pull a new
All
one.
right, that was probably actually
Oh, whoops.
very good round to do that because of the up, huh?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so no effects. Any is an approved action. Hold on, let me show this to everybody. So
Nice.
any
we
is
got
an
an
approved
and.
action, and heroes go first, and there, we got an A on the card, which means in our dramatic skill resolution that the first step can actually be achieved this round.
Ooh,
And villains go last. So heroes first.
awesome.
Ostray, do you want to just get that over with?
Well, I'm actually going to let everybody else go because they might get supporters or things like that into their card pools.
Sure.
I'm going to let them go first.
Okay, so who wants to go? So the host is within reach of melee now, but it's the bad news is that Juki is in melee with it.
Super believe in
So
you,
I
JP.
should probably swipe at and get the hell out of the way.
Well, you're a big hitter, and if people trick it and maneuver it or whatever, or try to get it, I mean, it's lost its Siamede now.
Should I go first or last? Because I'm
After we set it up for you.
all right. Set her up.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Its resistance to intimidation is pretty high, but it's what I do best, so.
It is. It's got a 16.
Yeah, well. So I'm gonna step forward with the cloak and say, I've always wondered what happens when hard light meets absolute darkness.
Ooh.
Oh, that was almost a 20. Like tilted over to the 20 and then
I know.
Oh.
It's heartbreaking.
I've got quite a few possibilities. Let's use one. And it was a whopping 2.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Ooh, but
Well, that's much better, but
Much
it's still
better.
not quite enough.
And its resistance is 16.
16, yeah.
I will play my willpower card.
Nice.
Love
So you
it.
got a regular success. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to make it vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Done.
and approved action was any, so you're getting a card.
That's right.
Ooh.
See, sometimes we remember good things.
Who's next?
Well,
Just when they
now
don't
it's a
apply
tough
to me.
fight, so I'm actually going to like switch on the tactical brain rather than the let's screw around.
Right.
I'm going to try to trick it I'm going to try to run around it, just trailing wire behind me from my pack and muttering something about right-hand rule and electrical surge.
Awesome. Roll away.
All right. I rolled away, but apparently not sufficiently.
I wonder if
Didn't come up.
the bonus thing didn't. Yeah, there it
Oh,
goes.
there we go. 11.
So 11 is not quite enough. You need a 15.
All right. I will spend a possibility because I think we're getting to that point.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
So good success or regular success.
Right. So we'll make it doubly vulnerable.
Doubly vulnerable.
Yep.
Now, Suki, now is the time.
Oh, I always wondered if electricity has a liver.
Wow. Okay then.
No modifier?
It's a
Plus
+4 because it's vulnerable.
Right. Okay. Yes. 11? That can't be right.
11 is terrible.
Totally right.
So versus
I
its
will.
melee defense, you need a 15. So you're a
So
little
I'm obviously adding a possibility to that.
obviously.
I've got no cards, so
And Greg, did you remember to draw your card and play your card because you
Oh,
succeeded?
I forgot. Oh, I'm playing my card at the end of this round. We're going to keep this card. I think it's a pretty decent card.
Gotcha.
so I got an
Okay.
18.
18 hits, but just a regular success, which will bounce off it, but it'll make it stymied.
Should I do another possibility?
You can only
Can't.
one on
I
the
can't.
roll.
Yeah.
I have no cards. Does anybody have a
We're
card
gonna
that
have
can
to
play on me?
wait till we get some cards in our pool to really.
All right. All right.
How are we
Then
doing on possibilities, everybody?
Doing
I have
good.
2.
Yep, I've got 2.
Okay.
Okay, so it's stymied, which is not nothing, and Astray.
Okay, so the A was fine. What was the B?
B is to break into the car.
So lockpicking.
Lockpicking at 10.
Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna multi-action.
Nice.
A and B.
Ooh.
So in Torg, you multi-action. You're going to take -2 to the roll, but you're only going to roll once. So
I'm gonna roll once. Happily, I have exactly the same skill for both of these things. So, actually, my find's a little lower. So, I'll do the find in the -2 because I'm multi-ink. Whoop.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, that's
You just tried to break into the bishop's car.
not really good. Yeah, like that's got to be it. Like, oh, cool, that one will do. Whoop, 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 whoop.
There's a reason that car was a high-end.
Oh. I go, well, phooey.
Well,
now, does that mean you can't spend a possibility?
Correct. When
Yeah,
it's one is
Just mishapped.
fail.
Awesome. Okay, so
Also means
that's
I
a
don't-
shame.
Yeah, it is. So I'm also going to play my flurry out.
And we can't do anything about these cards? Like I have a
Oh.
card that's reduced.
Yeah, with the mishap, in that case, there's nothing that'll help, right?
There is second chance would
Oh,
help,
second chance would help.
Happening.
Yeah.
I have second chance.
Oh,
but it's not out in your pool. So.
It is out
it
in
is
my
out in your
pool.
pool.
Oh,
It's
hey,
what I
let me,
put out.
well, let me
Sorry,
trade you right back for that
Let me.
opponent fails.
I didn't put players out. So Juki's is player 4. Who's player 3?
I'm player 3. I think
Yeah,
automatically.
we've all just been staying in the same
Yeah,
spot.
but I just want everybody to
Greg
know,
is
right?
2.
Yeah,
Shane
okay.
is 1.
We have an
Okay.
audience, so.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah,
audience.
I will absolutely play that second chance.
I was going to ask if I should put that out, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be a good one.
Oh, that is a great.
Look at you learning how to play Torg with the cards.
Rarely think on my own, but that time it worked out.
Wow, that's
Oh, that's
really bad.
that's fine though.
That's better, yeah.
Because I'll spend the possibility now.
Yes.
-2. And my roll was an 11.
There it is.
There we go. That's a success on A and B.
Success on A and B. So hold on, I got a little thing for this.
Bam. Just doom doom. Like, okay. So yeah, like the car alarm goes off on the one, but like sitting right next to it is like the fine Ferrari or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, that's it.
Step A.
It's a new brand, Dante's Ferrari.
Oh, that's gotta be worth a penny.
Oh yeah, take a possibility. So you've reached step A, step B. You can see that next to the drama card.
Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and trigger my flurry. And is it second? Oh, sorry. Is everyone gone?
Oh yeah, that's everybody.
Good. Then I will trigger my flurry and go for step C.
Oh, nice.
Greg go?
Yeah, I have.
Yep.
Okay.
Ran around with cable.
Second chance.
All right.
Up. Flurry's gonna go. And what was step C again?
Step C is hotwire the car, so it'll be, I think, electronics.
Yeah.
Is that?
I was going to ask,
skill?
could I use my land vehicles add with my mind base?
Yes. Sorry, land vehicles with mind base. Awesome.
So I'm rolling find again because it's the same number and it's just easier.
Sure. So for those who don't understand that, it means we're using land vehicles, which is normally based on something else. Is that right?
Normally,
Correct.
yeah.
Normally
But
it's-
we're making it mind because we're trying to hotwire the car, right?
Well, let's spend another possibility and hope. Because I really want to get out of here. 6. Oh, shoot. I put the modifier, and it's going to be 6 lower than it really is. 17, but that gets it. So step
Oh
C.
yeah, it does.
Nice.
So yeah, you're totally. Yeah, it's a great roll.
Well, yeah, it's a good roll. It looks better than it is because I screwed up and put my modifier in.
Oh yeah, your modifier, right.
But
Okay.
even with that fixed, it's good.
Yeah. So yeah, car is broken into and hotwired. It's ready to go, and now you need to all get in the car
I
and
may have
make
done
a
this a
driving
few
test.
times in my youth.
Okay, so that is the heroes, right? Villain gets to go.
Yep.
All right then. So he's stymied, very vulnerable. Juki's right in front of him.
I also have an opponent fail or something.
Yeah, well, there's nothing he can do about that. That's good for you. Okay, so he is going to go ahead and try to attack you, Juki. Well, you might as well do some...
I'm right there. I mean,
Well, yeah, you've got some brutal cards. He'll just try to attack you because it won't do him any good to multi-action at this point. So his
No, I want to try something, Tracy.
Uh-huh.
So he's not really technology. He's a villain.
Yeah.
But I do have this mandatory upgrade card. Now, normally, it would make a piece of technology fail for a scene, right? He's not technology. Technically, he's a being.
Right.
Maybe he just happens to get a mandatory upgrade for this one action and loses this turn.
Okay. All right.
And it can work on some of his subsystems. Like his
Sure.
work could require an upgrade.
Right. Okay. So yeah, roll. Play the card, and then
Fantastic.
he's got his like energy lash / sword thing going, right? And you know it flips out, and it's like you know mandatory upgrade, and it's like
Uploading new code.
the circle of
These little
death.
spinning balls.
and there's like there's a little hourglass thing there.
The one that goes backwards.
You want to show people that card, Tracy?
Yeah.
Electro with version 23.
Keep having my thing. A mandatory upgrade. Thanks for the reminder. So an ill-timed upgrade or glitch causes a piece of Tech 26 technology, which is exactly what this is, to malfunction and fail for the remainder of the scene. So in this case, we're just doing it for his turn.
Yeah,
but,
just I think one action since I'm using it a little out of line here, but
yeah.
Does seem thematically appropriate.
Yes, it does, absolutely. Okay, so that's shown, and then so he'll he's just about to like swipe at you with this horrific looking energy lash thing he's got, and then the hourglass thing comes up, and he's looking visibly frustrated, like what, like a
brighter shade of red,
pulsing red at this point, and Sonda's like yes, and so she's finally coming around, right? So she's kind of coming out of her like just shock at this whole thing that she's been doing, right? And that's the end of that. So we'll go to the next card.
So do we need step D to get in the car, or are we just getting in the car?
Step D to escape.
Yeah, you need step D to actually make your driving roll to try to escape.
All right, then I will not play my C's initiative.
Okay.
Let's see what we get.
Well, let's see what you get.
Crap, then we might...
Oh, so we have let's see. Critical problem.
Oh, critical problem. Ooh.
So heroes go first. They have inspiration, which means you'll get rid of 2 shock that you've taken, if you've taken any.
We're getting rid of that. I don't want a critical problem as Darrell's trying to finish hot wiring the car.
Awesome. So you're going to play C's initiative then?
Yep.
The upside to a critical problem is it does count as a step D if we make it.
Right.
Now, if we fail, I'm like the car blows up and I got to go start all over again.
Right. Go back to like step A.
Have that happen.
And that'll be bad because that will be police street beaters and
yeah.
Okay, so this one,
villains
have inspiration. B and D are optional for
Perfect.
Yep, and heroes go second.
All right.
And defend and maneuver are the approved actions. Not that you're gonna do any of that. The host gets to go. He has inspiration, so he's going to remove his little 1 shock that you gave him.
Looks fine. Yeah.
And he is going to, like, his energy lash is upgraded.
It adds 1 extra link to it. Ding!
And he's going to try to attack you.
Totally worth it.
But he is no longer, because he went, so he's no longer vulnerable and stymied. Oops, and he's got a modifier of 0. His result is 9. He's definitely going to be spending a possibility.
Nice. Am I still vulnerable?
From way back
first,
when?
yeah.
No.
And I don't have the fatigue anymore then, right? Or do I still?
Yeah, all that shock is gone now.
Oh.
From before you recovered. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible.
It is awful.
Great.
All right, so 16 against your melee defense.
Oh, me. That's me.
That's you.
I have 15 in parentheses. Wait.
Okay, so
no, wait. My defense?
Melee defense. Yep.
My defense. I see it is 11.
11. Okay, so that's a good success. He's going to get a bonus die out of that.
Unless you ruin his day and replay.
Unless you ruin his day.
Oh, I can replay that. Let's replay that opponent fails or whatever
it
is. This is working
and he's
out.
Like, it turns out that the upgrade isn't quite finished yet.
He's going to rage quit. Host has left the game.
Like, but it is a creature of the cyberpapacy, so it does not swear.
Right.
So
it's finally battered its way through all those defenses, so time to go.
Right. So you have reached step C, and it is now hero's turn. This poor host, man. Okay, so is everybody getting in the car at this point?
Yes.
Guys, do whatever you want to do and support me, and like I'll roll it. Or does someone else have land vehicles?
Yeah.
So let's have the Shroud drive.
Okay.
Shroud drive. And I'd like to support, and I want to roll that support. I want to do my computers. I want to find us like the optimal route, where it's like, oh no, there's traffic on 5th Street, and turn left
Right.
at La Rive, and blah, 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 blah.
Awesome. So when you roll support, it's just a difficulty 10, right? And then you get whatever the bonus. I think, is there a... Like, it doesn't matter what skill.
No, if I get a good, it'll give me better bonuses.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And so right now on a 14, I'm going to spend my very last possibility. So hopefully we do not screw this up.
I just put out can share possibilities with people, FYI.
Cool. Oh, modifier.
Which is the
0.
transfer, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't need it, but... Okay. So that's going to be plus 3 to your land vehicles.
Plus 3 to the land vehicles for the shard.
For the Shroud.
For the shroud, I'm
You're
sorry.
making me drive?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you said you could. Yep. Like, I'm turn right here.
Cards.
Can you trade an adrenaline? I've got an adrenaline card to trade, Shane.
Well, I've got an action card, so that's good. It's just, I could cause a contradiction here. Just saying.
Even better.
All right, am I doing it?
Before you do, Sonda is actually sort of piping up, and she's talking to the host. She's like, "You can't touch me anymore! You can't touch me anymore!" I mean, she's just basically taunting him.
Stay on the ante.
Let's see how she does. Not well. It does not go well for her. But she tries anyway, and then she gets in the car.
Okay. Show me how to start this thing.
It's already started. Car, start.
Car, drive.
All right, here we go.
Full speed.
Okay, so I'm going to say that this D, this final drive away and get away thing, this is a difficulty 14.
Oh my God. Did you give me a bonus or something?
I did, plus 3.
Plus 3, yeah, pretty good.
All right. I had a bad feeling about this.
Oh, good. I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay. Well,
Well, it's not
far
a
so
14.
bad.
possibility left after this.
What's that?
We got one possibility left after this.
Yeah, well, I'm
I
totally
have a
not,
card
so-
on the table that I can give you my 2, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
There we go.
Nice.
There you are.
Okay. So, yeah, you get in the car, the shroud takes the wheel, Sonda gets into the...
Left ear, left ear.
It's like a joystick.
It's really bad. Like, this is super high tech, and you're like, what am I doing in this car? Why am I driving this thing? But still, you manage to figure it out. Sonda pushes her way into the middle of the back seat, right, while you sort of push her in and sort of protect her. And that's
we'll like
Red getting in.
Yeah, we'll like bootleg her out with the hatchback open so they can pile in, and then like.
What I actually picture is the music was really dramatic, the fight was really loud, and then the car pulls out.
Oh,
Just
I can
smooth
fix
as
that.
silk.
I turn on the radio real loud.
Does it play like Striper or something over here?
Right? Damn right it does.
So yeah, I mean, you leave the host is trying to follow, but you're actually maneuvering away. Ostray's giving orders. You've got the appropriate music on the radio. And
Free ride!
get away from the host, and you see, the hospitaller and the street beaters were back right on his heels and ready to join the fight. wasn't going to look good for you guys.
No.
Right? There's a lot of street beaters out there. But you do manage to get yourself out of the immediate area and by extension out of the cyberpapacy if you so choose, which I imagine you do.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Sonda is very anxious as you approach the border, you know, and she sort of reaches out for you, Suki, because of what you said to her, right?
I absolutely grab her hand.
She grabs your hand and she just looks really terrified. But you cross the border and she just like, oh my God. And, you know, and she does say that, and she says, you know, and she looks up and she says, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, you know, in that kind of, you know, faith, like looking to God and saying thank you. Like, and you get her out of there. And you're safely are able to return to Naples, which is what, you know, the plan was. And once you land with her, she gets out. Ladra is there. They share this tearful embrace, like, you know, it's like, Mom. And, you know, she and her mom hug, and Bednarczyk comes up to you as they're doing that and shakes each of your hands individually, looks you in the eye and says, great job. Great job. And Sonda after that embrace with Ladra and both of them, I mean, Ladra's like, thank you. Thank you for bringing my daughter home. Thank you so much. I can never repay you. Sonda, on the other hand, kind of looks, I don't know, she just looks a little lost. She looks a little lost. And you guys can all tell that. And after that sort of initial, you know, like joy and it's over and all that other stuff that goes through her mind and the revelries of whatever congratulations are happening, she sort of retreats and sits down and sort of is alone while you're sort of talking with Bednarczyk and figuring out next moves and all that stuff. Anything you guys want to do before we wrap up?
So I will approach her and tell her, you know, that you will find your new path and you will have the ability to put the same energy into what comes next. So do not fear.
But this was my life. I've given up my life for this. I can't help in the same way that I could, and I was blessed. I could do things that no one else could do, and I just don't know if I made the right decision.
My people have been in the same situation as you, and what you did is worthy of allowing yourself to have this wonderful new life, and you will find a way to serve, and it will be good.
And she nods, and you can tell there's melancholy there, like there's a sense of loss of what she had. She actually was kind of happy. Mm-hmm. Now she doesn't know.
What's the handler's name, Tracy?
Omar. Yeah, Omar Bednarczyk. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull Omar aside, and I'm going to lean into him a little bit and give him that intimidating look and say, you lost a good agent in the Cyberpapacy today. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, and he says, what he says is,
I don't listen. I walk away.
Okay.
I'll go up to Omar and say, she was totally compromised. We did the right thing.
And he says, to everybody, whether you're listening or not, he's like, this is the horror of the cyberpapacy. The horror of the cyberpapacy is that it tears families apart. It creates distrust and suspicion everywhere. And otherwise good people fall under the sway of seductive promises by evil people. And this mission was about not helping us win the war. It was about getting a little bit, taking a little bit, just a tiny bit of the cyberpapacy's power away.
That is where you're wrong, my friend. These two things are exactly the same.
Fair enough, Astray. And assuming
Astray
that...
Phantom 3! Now roll 0! Suck it, Cyberpapacy!
And that's the end of the adventure. Sonda doesn't know. Ladra's super grateful, and you're off to a different place to do a different mission. That's the way it works. So thank you all for playing. Go ahead, Greg.
My final shot is as the group is talking to Omar, the camera goes back down the stairs outside, and I am completely stripping the car for parts.
Awesome.
Priorities.
Any other prologue or epilogues for anybody?
No.
Awesome.
That was great.
Thank you guys for playing.
It was awesome,
really
Tracy.
Appreciate it. And thank everybody. If we do put this out there, thank you everybody for watching this far. I appreciate it. I know that we all appreciate it. We really wanted to see if we could record this and get this out and show people, a little bit of Torg, a little bit of mismanagement of cards, and
this
a little
is how
bit
we play, baby.
synergy of cards.
A little con in the GM.
Right? Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.